right, welcome to D&D. This is Darkest Dungeons and Dragons. Uh, so, where we left off last week, you guys were in the middle of the farmstead, surrounded by spooky trees. Damp rain falls all around you. Tall grasses obscure your view. You can see in the distance some windmills covered in
I know,
crystals.
I know you're trying to make this sound scary, but this is my average day in Wales.
Yeah.
Raining all the time, long grass, fog, misty, can't see shit. Yeah, that's my day-to-day life. That's outside my door.
Accurate
I
for
would
England.
actually, I would actually prefer to be in Wales than in Colorado right now.
Oh yeah, Wales is amazing, bro. Free healthcare.
Well, quote unquote, free.
Well, you
It's the
have to pay
same as
taxes.
it's the
You have to
same
pay
as
taxes, but
Canadians claiming they have free healthcare. You know that there are
well, obviously it comes from taxes, but the taxes are, they're not
not
nearly
only
as
that, but
uprooted as you guys have it.
how long is your usual hospital wait list?
Uh, it depends on the injury, I guess. I mean, if it's an emergency, you get rushed in straight away. But if you come in with like, oh, I got a broken arm, you get sent to a chair and you have to wait. Ah,
Well, I'm talking more about medical examinations.
mm, pretty immediate. I mean, I went in one morning. I went in like 9 o'clock one morning with a broken arm, and by 12 o'clock I'd left and I'd already had an X-ray taken.
All right. Well, we should
And all that
probably
shit.
focus on the game right now.
Yes.
I'm pulling us off track again.
A
I
little
apologize.
bit.
As much as I love talking about my native country, sometimes and places and all that shit. Right, so we're in the loveliness of the farm. We still have to wait for Fox, Chow, and Pig, by the way. We're in the loveliness of the Hampstead. We're surrounded by Welsh weather, or English weather, however you want to put it. Uh,
Wait, why am I
when
standing on top of the cart?
I think you left by the time we just defeated the dragon, so
Oh
the rest of the
yeah,
party
because
carried
I
on.
couldn't keep my head up.
So,
Smitty the fighter is also here, and the giant snake, which I don't know why.
yeah, it's a dangerous
Oh yeah,
place, the farmstead.
didn't Smitty die?
Yeah, no, he should have, but DM pulled MacGuffin, and for some reason he didn't.
No, I thought he did. Wasn't he saved
No,
with
you
like healing or something?
no, you said he was like frozen in stone or something, and you said he took so much damage that he died. He's in a statue,
Oh,
but
that's right. That's right. That's
somehow
right.
he's
Well,
not fully dead.
he's dead. He's definitely dead. He's as dead as like somebody who got turned to stone by Medusa, right?
Right,
However, there are ways to turn people back to flesh, right? So, even though he's been
right.
turned to crystal, it's not like it's not as if he was thrown into a volcano where he's irrecoverable, right?
Hey, if I broke off Smitty's arm and then reattached it with some like super glue, would he like have that super glue in his body? Would the arm just fall off? Would it be dead? Would it be alive?
It's a good question. Nobody knows.
What if it was duct tape? I mean, if
Duct tape.
duct
Well,
In this
tape.
era?
if we cut off your arm and then we duct tape it back on, you're probably not going
Yeah.
to be in the best of shape.
Well, it's if the arm comes. You have to imagine like it's been immediately severed. You could probably reattach it, but
Yeah,
I'm
this is
wondering what
true.
would happen. I'm
However, that
wondering what would happen.
requires surgeons, and they have to reattach nerves and veins and all sorts of tricky business in there.
I would love to progress, but like I say, we're missing party members, so we have to come to a decision. I would like to short rest, but I don't want to short rest here because apparently it's a very bad area with bad juju flowing from the trees.
Um,
This is Wizard of Oz territory. They're gonna start throwing apples at us.
Hey, don't let me stop you. I'm just informing you that you are in an area where there are random encounters.
I do think that we should take a rest. I mean, we got pretty battered up uh fighting against a fucking giant meteorite and a dragon.
Mm, King Dragon.
And I would go so far as to make an argument that it would actually be better for us to do it now rather than trying to get out, because while trying to get out, we might have a random encounter that would kill us before we get out of the farmstead. Better to do it now. Better to get done today what you would be putting off till tomorrow.
Right. So,
And my game just froze.
ah,
So the question is, where do you want to make camp? You've explored a big chunk of this part of the map over here. You know the giant crystal was last sighted off in the northeast corner of the map over there.
I'm just trying to figure out something real quick. Shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Just let me
I love
know.
the I love the braveness. Or what's a good word for that? The heroics of taking a long rest in a
Bravery.
battlefield that contains this fucker.
The foolhardy.
Ninja, you might have to control me at this point. My game isn't unfreezing.
The sleeper has awakened. All right, so yeah, rejoin when you can, Diamond. You still
Wait,
look
what's
like you're
going on
on
right
the
now?
table for me, but I can move you around if I have to.
You said a sleeper has
I am
awakened.
still on
Fox
the
shout.
table. I'm just the game's froze for some reason. The graphics of the game. Maybe it's because there's too much I'm looking at simultaneously.
Nah, like since the big update they did, something about the game just like lags super hard, worse than it
I've
did
never had any
before.
issues. Fox shout, we know you're there. Your hand was moving.
I would say the game is like 20% worse than it was before the last update, which is really saying something. Maybe it's not affecting everyone, but for me, ugh, not happy with that update.
Well, what was the update even for? Like, what were they trying to optimize?
Everything. They changed something about the way objects are loaded in a memory, I think. Because it's got this thing, right? So if I take your figurine, Xeno, here's Xeno, and then I make a copy of Xeno, and then I custom the copy of Xeno, and I say, I'm going to make it this big. And then when I go to import it, it'll have a pop-up and it'll say, like, this has changed. Do you want to change that for all instances? It didn't used to do that, so now it's actually got like proper instancing. Yeah, right here's the pop-up. Found two matches of custom object. Do you also want to update the other instances to match? And I have to say, no. That way I want a big one and a small one. See how that works? So I think it's like using a certain amount of memory for all instances that look like this, and then it's using a different instance for the altered one here,
Right.
which in theory is supposed to save memory and make things load faster, I guess, but I'm getting a lot of lag.
Maybe you just need a better computer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, I could afford it, but do I want to spend a ton of money on a giant new computer right now?
Yes.
Ninja needs a new computer. This computer is like, I don't know, 5 years old now. So it's well been outdated.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's outdated, but it still runs everything fine.
Don't buy a new
Whatever.
computer. Just replace every single component piece by
Oh, that's
piece
that's what I've been thinking on doing,
until you
but
have a new one.
Well, mainly I just need
motherboards
a
are extremely.
yeah, just a Mobo and a CPU would upgrade my computer pretty well.
All right, well, I'll try control alt deleting this and see if we can.
I guess we're postponing this until Diamond figures out how to come back.
No, we're in the game. Do what you want to
Okay then.
do.
Short rest. I want a short rest somewhere safer, but I don't think there's somewhere safer.
You are
Uh,
standing in the farmstead. Find a
we also have.
spot to camp.
You've also said that that giant floating crystal Eye of Doom is around here somewhere. Uh,
Yes.
how long would it? Could we just like, if I teleported? No, if I teleport, then we don't have an emergency escape, and I'm not sacrificing that. I wanted to go back to Hamlet and get my sphere of annihilation, so we could kill that fucking sleeper. Would that kill the sleeper?
I'm back.
Hello.
It would deal more damage than we could.
Well, it's
I'm
only 4d10.
I am not at liberty to discuss that.
Uh,
Well, we know that lightning are these crystal abominations' weakness. So
I can't cast any lightning spells until we take a long rest.
right, Fox
Is the
can.
thing.
Well,
I
Fox will
have
also
one
have to
dark
take a long rest.
left, so that's why I'm currently uh, beating thing.
Beating the meat.
Shut up.
Well, all I heard was beating things. There's only one thing I know how to. That's right. Okay. So I guess we are short resting here. I can use
Oh,
my.
bollocks.
We can't use our camping skills because we're not long resting.
Okay.
Unless Pig Needle has a. Because I know that whenever we take a short rest, normally Pig Needle changes it to a long rest.
So, where do you guys want to be? Where's your short rest going to take place? Are you all going to be in this field right here?
We should probably go back to that cart. It's at least defensible because we have some cover we could possibly take behind.
I don't think any kind of cover is going to protect us against the giant orb of death. I don't really want to return to the scene of the crime because it knows that's where we were last.
Where all our loot is.
The cart was literally right next to where the thing was underground.
Uh-huh. There could be like a tunnel under there. It could be using a labyrinth. Holy holes.
It doesn't seem that interested in you. You're like ants to it, so it just ignores you for the most part.
You bugs, squash. Oh,
It called in its pet dragon to deal with the pests.
If it doesn't seem that interested in us, then we may as well just ignore it. Bank on the short rest.
are you saying we're to nope on out of here? Because I agree fully.
Huh? What did you say?
Are you saying we should nope on out of here? Because I
I think
agree
we could.
fully.
There's a
I
word
think we
in
could
that
press
sentence I'm
on
not
just a
hearing.
little bit more. Besides, and I really didn't want to say this, with Pig Needle not around, we can actually probably look around and find some decent loot without having to just sprint through a dungeon
But
and not pick anything up.
I've only got 4 spell slots left.
We can take a
And a
long
fuck ton of
rest.
spell slots.
Long
Daniel,
has
do you
been
know what we were doing with Pig Needle last time?
I don't know, but
We
could
were
I do
just
a
running
time,
through and
please?
using our spell to kill everything, then we were gonna get loot. That way it's easier.
Well, that is a nice plan. Yes,
You
but
guys
it kind of
successfully
don't you
explored
think
a
that kind
huge
of
chunk of the map, too.
yeah, but don't you think that kind of detracts from like the air of adventure and like unpredictability?
Wait, what is this
Dang, that's
in?
our job.
What is this in Breach 2?
Well, Diamond says that you missed something by running through.
He's saying we missed that adventurous spirit.
You didn't stop to smell the roses.
Fuck the roses, I want money!
Pretty much.
Can I get a promo,
Money!
please?
Back.
Folks, why are you still blindfolded?
Promote.
I'm actually doing something really quickly, but then I'll be back.
Mad God,
Yes.
you
Die.
Oh,
you spot
Our
a
current party leader.
a path. You can get through here. It goes that way.
Okay.
It's
But
like
isn't there another path over here?
it's like a secret door. I'll just put a secret door tile on it. So there is a secret path that goes from here into a room that's right here.
Okay. I guess I send Skullbeak in there then.
Okay. Scorebeak has to fit through some very narrow gaps in the thorns to get into this area here.
If you're wondering how I have my familiars, it's a spell.
Yes, but your familiar died. Don't you need to get like components and such in order to get them back?
Well, I've already got. I already have like a number of pouches filled with the material components that I need to use up. But that doesn't matter in this situation. In this
Well,
situation,
it
I
also
used
takes
a
a
second
ritual to
level
do it.
spell slot. I used a different spell.
Okay, so
Wait, what spell are you using?
the short rest went off without a hitch. You guys were not ambushed by any creatures during the hour.
Oh, we did short rest. Okay.
You did short rest. Scorbeak also
Oh,
had time to scout ahead into this next area and didn't spot any enemies amongst the tall grasses over here. It does look like it continues to the north.
Not into the long grass.
well, my other familiars are what's the word?
Indisposed,
Expired.
expunged,
Ex-
disintegrated,
Expelliarmus.
vaporized.
That'll do.
You
Except for Scorby.
Um, Here, I'm gonna uncover that one too. You're technically like in a open field. You can actually see this goes off in this direction too. So like the obvious path is this way around those trees, but then the less obvious path seems to go to the north through the tall grasses this way.
What's to stop me from just flying up and seeing the entire area?
Nothing.
I
However,
mean,
I
I got
won't let you scout an area unless you actually go to the card.
boo. My immersion is ruined.
But you can definitely get a bird's eye view. I'll tell you landmarks if you want.
Uh,
And here we have off in the distance is the old mill.
I'm sure I can already see them. Like they're too big to not spot. I mean, if this is like a giant maze.
Well,
Hey, look, it's a mill.
let's just assume that you asking that question means that you would actually have had Scorbeak fly up and look around. So Scorbeak would relay to you that to the northwest you can see one of the larger windmill structures that's been corrupted by the creature is over there, completely overgrown by glowing crystals, and there's a powerful blue glow coming off of it. Um, to the southwest, Scorbeak spots what appears to be a farmhouse and a field with a bunch of hay, and there's another cart off in the distance. Um, and to the northeast, Scorbeak spots the crystalline entity is still flying around. He's doing something over there, disintegrating stuff and creating other things.
What? Creating what things? What could that thing possibly create?
Well, it's unclear.
I don't know.
PM silent. Oh,
A rock band cover. What is it creating?
He's
A
concealing
rocket.
it. You can't see what he's doing over there, but he's creating
Uh,
things, destroying things and creating other things. He's probably crystallizing stuff.
it's what you do when you're a huge ball of god.
yeah. I'd like to reiterate my previous statement from the last session. Why are we even bothering with this campaign? I mean, that thing, it's unbeatable.
Probably.
Quitter.
No, don't you
So
say that.
says
There's no,
someone who has absolutely no confidence in their.
Well, the rule of
there's no
thumb is that
probably about it. It's level 20.
anything that has hit points can die. But are you able to do it at your level? Probably not.
No, we're not even able to get to level freaking 20 or 6 or whatever.
I would
Well,
say
6,
that
yes.
we could actually take it. It would just have to be a joint effort between you and Foxchow in order to do it.
It can stop time.
Yeah, our spells would be rendered useless.
Only if we fail a will save.
I mean, I suppose, but still. Its will saves like plus 30 something.
I mean, I'll always be able to
Come
succeed in
on. Are you
wisdom save.
serious? It did it again.
You disconnected
Glitched
again?
out.
No, I didn't disconnect. That was when I was trying to actually get back in. That's when I disconnected. Now it's frozen all up again.
Man, you need to fix your computer.
My computer is fine. The equipment is very outdated,
Need an
at
upgrade.
least by today's standard.
Okay,
You're gonna
so
hate you're gonna hate me for saying this, but do you have the right drivers?
pretty sure I do. I mean, I try to keep my NVIDIA drivers up to date as much as possible.
Have you got the GeForce app?
I have I have the the GeForce. When was the last time I was on there?
Because the last
Uh,
time I was in a period where I updated my driver through the system settings instead, and it turns out that what you actually had to do was go get the GeForce app, and that installs the right drivers and then makes everything better.
okay, well I'll be sure to check that out.
So pissed
But
off.
for now, Ninja, could you please move my character around? I'll just watch
You got
what's going on from your screen.
All right, adventurers, you have two options. Later on, Lifegiver has detected a hidden path to the northwest, which seems like it might go towards the windmill that he's found. The other option is you can follow the more obvious path towards a farmhouse to the southwest if you would like.
What is our penultimate goal here?
Your penultimate goal, move the mic back closer to my
Well,
face,
originally
find crystals, get rich.
That's it?
originally it was to kill the dragon, but we've already done that. Now we have free time on our hands.
Let's go home!
This is the only place you can get crystals. And if you ever want to get those crystal items the gypsy has for sale, you'll need them.
I'm
Oh,
good.
wait a minute. Didn't we collect a lot of crystals from the effect of the dragon's breath?
There's different kinds of crystal. There's psionic crystal, there's crystal, which is a regular material, and then there's
Crystal meth.
yeah. So there's just different tiers. It's the kind of crystal the dragon makes is not like good to sell.
The blue fox from Star Fox Adventures, that's a crystal.
It's not the same as shards from the sleeper. The shards created by the dragon are just crystal. The shards created by the sleeper are this kind of like alien crystal that's growing all around the windmill over here.
What is the sleeper? Is that
The
the giant meteor thing?
the alien crystal is what you trade with the gypsy.
Well, the jeweler.
Yeah, but
technically.
what's the sleeper? Is that the giant meteor thing?
The beholder like thing is called the sleeper.
Ugh. What if we just followed that? I mean, if it's creating crystal wherever it goes, if we just follow that or that thing and chip
Okay,
away at it.
you can stand excessively close by it and watch as you slowly grow crystals out of your own skin.
I'll try to be
Yeah, I
more
can
clear. So the alien, the sleeper, is the source of the crystal that you buy those fancy magic items for the gypsy with. Since he is here, this is like the spot you are most likely to acquire those crystals. Out of any time you ever go to the farmstead, this is like your best chance to get the crystal shards that you need. But if you want to run back to the hamlet, that's fair. Run away. Do it if you need to.
I'm just saying, my character has no reason for the crystal. I mean, from what I can see, none of the what are they called? The crystal things have any real effect.
They're all very class specific. I don't know if your Vestal ones come up yet.
I don't have one. I searched through the bag. There's no Vestal ability in that thing.
Really? They skipped the Vestal. That seems weird because the Vestal's like a primary starting class.
There's some of them that are not class specific, like the coat of many colors. But you know,
I was pretty sure I
the,
made all
the,
of them, but yeah, maybe I'll go back and double check sometime when I have downtime.
the hostile ones, like when killed, DC 12 Wisdom save versus all within 30 feet range and 25 stress. I mean, that sounds disadvantageous if I've ever heard it.
Not all of them are great.
Every kill gives you -1 stress received for 2 battles. As an example. If killed, all heroes get plus 45 stress damage and must make a DC. On a kill, stress is -2 and all monsters receive 13.
Okay. So everybody sort of procrastinates around the campfire. Some time passes.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that nat
I'll go
20.
out. I'll go out scouting if
There's a powerful,
well,
strong glow coming in your direction. The
Oh, here we
sleeper
go again.
moves this far towards the party.
Guys,
Well-
giant orb of death is approaching, and we can't kill it unless we have my giant orb of death.
Xenos will kind of pick up her musket and say, "Well, couldn't we set a trap for it?"
I sincerely doubt that. I mean, we don't have any time. We don't have enough time. We have no resources. What are you going to lure it with? A fish? It don't eat fish. I think eats
Wait, no,
soul.
please.
Looks over at Bloop. No, not you. You obviously not. Although, and he starts scratching his beard.
We have no time to discuss. We need to keep
That's how Bloop
moving. But
died.
I'll think of a plan in order to trap this thing. But we're gonna have to find somewhere where we can cause a lot of damage by things falling on top of.
Right. Leiron is going to stand where he's currently stood. He's going to hold his staff right in front of him, and he's going to say, "Okay, whichever direction this staff falls next to, we're going." So basically, it's either going to fall to the right or to the left. And all I'm going to do is push it. To
What
symbolize
if
that,
it falls backwards?
then we die because we're going to the. Well, first of all, I'm in the way of that, so that won't happen. And second of all, there's a giant floating rock shard beast there. So who knows? Maybe that's just God's plan. Maybe we should just die and everyone will be happy. And
Oh, ye
Yay.
of DM's little faith.
Game
Right,
over,
so-
man. Game over.
right, so heads we go left, tails we go right. Go left.
It just
Oh,
levitates.
I was gonna say you just should probably flip it since he's the.
Well, I've decided that that if we are going anywhere, I've decided that we're going left. If the
Alright.
party has any objections to that, feel free to go to vote against it. But
Well,
so
did you
far, it
tell
looks
us
like
about the secret passage?
I did, but we're ignoring
Right,
that.
well, Xenos will say that we should probably take the path that doesn't have any enemies as opposed to the path that we don't know.
We don't know if it has any enemies, though. There's no proof in the pudding that there are going to be enemies to the left or to the right.
Okay.
We're walking in the dark here.
So last week I did this thing. There's an apparition that appears over here amongst the trees in a shaded part. As you walk by, you'll spot the apparition of a woman, a ghostly figure.
Wait a second, isn't that the woman that thanked us for saving her life? Well, killing her husband. That was it. Wasn't that the woman who thanked us for killing her husband because he was a loving, supporting man that everybody liked when he was alive?
So many of the farmers in the farmstead have been turned into sort of like zombie-like creatures, hollows. Some of them retain a measure of their sentience, though, so there have been a few sort of apparitions, ghost-like people that you've encountered that you can talk to. This seems to be one of those. It's like a farmer's wife that's out amongst the trees, but you can see through her. She is a ghost of some sort.
Yeah, we've met her before.
No, different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe I should change her name. I'll call her. What's another good old timey name?
Mildew.
Agatha.
That's a
we
good
met
one.
an Agatha.
All right, it's an Agatha.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one of the girls in the mirrors or something?
I scream at her, "Are you a fish person too?"
All right, she doesn't respond to anybody talking at her. She's walking among the trees, and she seemed to be like looking. She's searching along the ground, looking for something.
Leiron's going to say, "Oh, look, a ghost, clearly tormented and having the worst time of her life. Let's continue. This has nothing to do with our current quest."
Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything in the grass that I might be able to spot?
All right. Zeno approaches the field where the ghost is searching and rolls a perception.
You're gonna have
I
to
will
roll
do
it
the
for me.
Leiron's going to say, "What are you doing? You're wasting time."
I believe I have a +4.
I crit fail. So you approach the ghost and you begin searching around, and the ghost is going to like become enraged that you're looking for something, and it's going to lash out at you with like a clawed hand. Does a 21
Okay.
hit you, Zeno?
Yep.
All right, the
Why
21
is
hits
that
you.
even a question?
Okay.
Well, time to aim.
You take 12 points of cold damage, and she dematerializes with a scream, and is no longer there.
Well, sweet. Let's go, Xena.
Leron's gonna facepalm. Well, that was eventful. Long, are you there? I'm not hearing you at all.
Yeah, nobody's heard Long in a while.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
You muted you
Woo!
Long? No, yeah, we can't hear you.
Nope, still can't hear you.
I bet he's been talking this entire time, and none of us have heard a single ounce of him.
Oh, I'm gonna feel bad if that's the case. Sorry, Long.
Yeah,
I did see your name light up. I don't look in the corner too much.
I have been. Yeah, I bet he was. I bet he laughed out loud when he saw Zen. That happened to Zeno. I just imagine it.
Are we gonna heal him or just let him die?
Zeno. Well, is he still alive?
Yes, I would
Eh,
still be alive
How much
after
damage?
after a short rest, but unfortunately, I can't change anything on my character sheet.
You are locked
Why?
up. The game just isn't working for him.
Still not hearing you, Long.
Hello?
There
Oh,
you
can you hear me
go.
now?
We can hear
Yeah,
you now.
for who knows how long though.
So let's
Fine.
see, Diamond. It says on your character sheet that your current hit points are at 6.
Yes,
Oh,
what
bad.
was before the short rest?
Why do
Well,
you
what did you
have?
do during that short rest to regain hit points?
Why do you only have 11 hit points at level 4?
Because you kind of smacked me with a friggin' uh thing
Oh
that
yeah,
lowered my health point
Oh yeah, yeah, you
that
got
I
that going on.
barely survived.
Yeah, you're in really bad shape. All right, well that means the ghost actually put you down because you only had 6 hit points.
Well, I'm knocked out, but I'm not dead. And as I said before, I resting during the short rest, so I would gain a hit die back.
That's true. What's your hit die? A D8?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll it. I rolled a 6. That actually puts you at 12. So the cold actually freezes you right down to 0 HP, which knocks you unconscious but doesn't necessarily kill you.
There's no con mod?
Ooh, we heard that. Say something long.
Yeah,
I
actually,
I'm
well,
gonna try
his
restarting Discord on my computer because I'm on my phone right now.
hit point maximum is 11. So even the con mod's not gonna help.
Turn you up then.
right. Well, I retract everything that I said before because I had completely forgotten that Ninja fucked up my health.
Bad things happen. You're in a bad way, not feeling too
Yes.
healthy.
I say we return to the Hamlet. After somebody please patch me up.
Gotta say, I'm loving the whole stance of Leiron being, "What? Don't touch that! What are you doing?" And then Diamond touches it, and then something
Die.
bad happens. It's
I'm an egomaniac. I'm all about that self-worship.
Well, he pissed off a ghost, and the ghost clawed him, and he is frozen in terror right now.
all right. Leiron is going to, with his hands in his mouth. He's not his hands in his mouth. What is he saying? With his hands on his head, he's going to look down to his familiar, which is going to assume imp form, and the imp is going to jump up into the bag, into Hilaron's bag, get a health potion, and force feed it to the unconscious Zeno.
All right, so Zeno comes to and looks to the party and says, I think it's time we left.
You're also
Yes.
going to have
I
the
agree.
death's door debuff, which is,
Yes, I was just going to make mention of that.
yeah, not good to have. An extra stack of bad things on top
Wow.
of the other bad things you already have.
On top of that, you only get 4 hit points back from 1 health potion. I rolled ones twice. How did that happen? Oy vey. Pardon?
So -2 to hit, -3 to damage, -1 initiative, +2 from any stress. Also, was anybody within 20 feet?
No, everybody was out of reach.
All
We're all
right.
24 feet away or more. So only Zeno gets a shit ton of stress.
30 stress,
Yep.
Zeno. 30 stress.
Well,
You're
not
gonna
much.
have to add everything on. Well, somebody's gonna have to add everything because my game's still
Here.
fucked up for some reason.
I'm on it.
You get
That
30
puts you
stress?
at
51.
51.
Halfway to being either a hero or a lunatic.
Or maybe both.
I was not expecting that to happen. That was a RNG event there. So
So it says the natural 1 and the modified 20.
anybody else want to search around?
Hell no. I mean, we saw what happened last time.
Well, the
We-
ghost
we
seems to
should
have gone
beat-
away.
We should beat a hasty retreat back to the hamlet so that I can get this damn debuff of my max HP off.
If you want
I'm
to come
gonna
back
go
to
search while what is it? While Scorbeak is feeding him the potion.
Okay. Among the grasses, you search around. Make your check.
Perception or investigation?
Perception. You have to
Okay.
be able to spot stuff.
Oh, a 9. That's a bad roll.
All right.
Rolls are bad today.
Okay, you spot bees. They look like they're gonna sting you.
not the bees.
Aggressive bees.
Ah,
Come on, bees.
I'm
I read.
Okay, you get away from the bees. They're less aggressive now.
bees. What?
There's a beehive in that tree over there behind Zeno.
Oh.
I imagine Zeno runs away after getting 4 hit points back.
Well, I'll stay with the party, but I'm definitely going to be opting to leave.
Pig Needle, are you there?
Not even in Discord.
He's on the table. Pig Needle's
Oh.
gonna cast a healing spell on Zeno. I don't know what he's got. We'll just assume you get 6 hit points. So now you're at 10.
Well, if he casts Cure Wounds at, first level, it's going to be a 1d6 plus 4.
do you want me to cast it now?
DM Fiat. We're just gonna gloss over it. He casts a healing spell. You gain 6 hit points. And then,
All right.
all right. So, what's your next move, people?
Zeno, do you want to go sit next to the snake?
Yes, I think it would be best if I waited at the entrance for the others.
Okay, Centipede will guide you.
Are
Off
we
you
not
go.
all leaving?
Huh?
Are we not all leaving? What? Just Zenos
I
is
thought we
going?
were walking around and using up the last of the spell to just kill everything.
Oh, how much longer is it lasting? Because we took a 1-hour rest.
This thing lasts for like 10 minutes. I didn't realize
How
we
long
took
does-
a rest.
How long does Diamond's
Yeah.
half health effects last for?
Well,
I think all of your effects from before are done after the long rest, so you don't have any of that stuff going now.
Wait,
It
we
was a
took a
short
long
rest
rest?
that we took, though.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
short
a
rest.
short-
Short rest is still an hour. Most spells aren't gonna last longer than that.
Oh, then I should have been able to get up. Well, I mean, I'd have only been at 0, but yes. So I believe 38. That was my health points before I got hit by that damnable.
According to your character sheet, you had 6 hit points out of 11.
Right out of 11. 11 was what my max hit points was booted down to after that effect. And then you said after a short rest that effect goes away.
So you
Which
had
means I would
6, you got 6, you go up to 11, and then you get hit by the ghost for 12, which drops you.
But I thought you said
So
that
your
the effect
maximum-
was over after the short rest.
No. The reduction in your hit points doesn't go away until you have. Let's see. What is your normal maximum hit points?
38.
38. I think you're gonna recover like a hit dice per day.
38.
Yep. So it would be better if I just went back to Hamlet. I mean, I'll still wait at the entrance with Snake because
It's sort of like if you had ability damage. Like if you got hit by something like a poison that reduced your strength by 1, you would rest for a day and you'd recover 1 strength. Or in this case, you're going to recover a hit dice of your maximum hit points back after a day.
All right. Well, I'll go wait at the entrance and use my spell Speak with Animals to just have a conversation with the snake.
Now, this is tricky because the crystalline entity is coming this way. So if you run to the east, you might run right into the path of it.
Oh dang.
Can I
Guys, I
roll a
think we need to
stealth?
leave. Can we all see this?
It's coming your way. You can see the glow of it over the trees. Diamond, your stealth roll is
We should
2.
leave, like right now.
Okay. Can someone else roll for me, please?
You don't like the
Oh,
DM rolls.
I also have terrible luck today.
Yeah,
Wait,
sure.
what is he
Mad.
rolling?
Could you roll for me, please?
Yeah, sure. D20 plus your stealth, which is 6.
You have proficiency in
There you
stealth?
go, 22.
Yes, I do. I'm a ranger. I do have proficiency in stealth and survival.
Nice.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Diamond,
It doesn't. Oh yeah, you do.
I also have the Mask of the Wild ability, if you don't remember, Ninja.
so Diamond, I have you stealthed behind the thick thorn bushes, sort of near where the ghost hit you, because that's like going to provide the most cover. You can't quite get into the trees because the thorns wrap around them, so you can't get back into there. But this does provide enough cover for you to hide. So with a 22, you lay real low. Everybody else, what are you doing?
So this orb. Oh boy, 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. So this orb is coming towards. It's coming towards us, is it? Or is it just coming towards the location that Diamond was going to go to?
Like imagine a UFO coming in your direction. That's what it looks like. There's just a glow coming over the trees from the northeast. That's all you can see.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna carry on. I'm
Actually,
going
if
to
Scorbeak
continue.
goes up, Scorbeak can clearly see it flying sort of in this direction. Not directly towards you, but in maybe like off by 15 degrees.
Yeah, it's like that whole after 300 yards, turn right. But he's not turned right yet. He's just on that 300 yards benchmark.
It's very specific.
Anyway. Meh, meh, meh. Okay, so I'm going to move over here. I'm going to continue forward.
All right, hitting the road. There is a pretty obvious path here, although it seems overgrown up ahead. Parts of the road are a little bit washed out by a bit of a mudslide. You can see all around here tall grasses, fallow fields, lots of cover. So, do you want to head towards the farmhouse? Let me show you what you can see here. So this is the road I'm talking about, and these are the tall grasses here and here. So that's sort of what you see. And the farmhouse is at the end of this path over here. There's a lot of brush blocking the front of the farmhouse, but you can see beyond the brush, there's the fields over there and the farmhouse over there, and the entrance is down this path. And then beyond in all these directions, there's all of these really tall grasses that are hard to see through. And there's also this path that goes up here. It seems like a deer trail that cuts through.
Right. If we can see, what did you call it? A manor? A house?
It is a farmhouse, a large farmhouse.
I would like to investigate the farmhouse. I propose to my party, gentlemen, house, 4 walls, a roof. Let's go. Yay!
Yeah,
Wow.
potentially set
With
of
the
cover, hide from the sleeper.
Okay, time to tell this rogue that we don't care about to go do it. Get over there, rogue. Look for all the crystals in that house to your left.
You will steal all of them.
Sorry,
Doolies.
I've been so distracted with not caring about you that I've decided not to care about you. Tell me, Deliste, what was your... Wait, is that a name?
I don't remember what Dooley's deal was at all. What was she?
Okay.
Was she an enemy that you captured?
She's a person that got stuck in the brush, and then we proceeded to throw her down a mudslide and kill her. But she doesn't know about that. Then we brought her back. So yeah, it's all good.
We brought her back to life. How?
Spare the dying,
Pig needles,
probably.
magicness,
Spare the Dying doesn't bring people back to life.
whatever. I'm just saying she was
Stabilizes.
like a crumpled ball of flesh, and now she's back to normal.
Revivify would work, but that's a minute limit.
So you
Yeah.
have an incredibly injured woman who is hobbling along with you. You send her.
Yep.
She stumbles 10 feet ahead.
Leron's
Look
gonna
out
look.
there, buddy.
Got a
Leron's-
politeness. The AC that's blowing, is it? Can you guys hear that or no?
A little bit, it's not too bad.
Only when you're talking. Because that's when your mic activates. Leron's gonna look over to Goop and say, "Ah, slave labor, ain't it fantastic? Having someone
Yep.
else do all the menial chores for you." And I'm gonna look at Scorbeak and smile.
Scorbig just cries.
Scorbeak looks down sadly.
All right. You can hear the sounds of sort of like the locusts in the surrounding tall grasses. They're making a buzzing noise and a chirping buzz.
Okay, continue forward.
All right.
I'd love to know why I'm leading the party in this escapade. I mean,
Here, we'll put
I may be
Pigneedle
hold-
in front. Pigneedle leads the way. I am a
Okay.
tank.
Ultra thick armor.
To the farmhouse to spread the word of Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Ugh. I wish
Okay.
that in that fucking book that person died. When that person died, he stayed dead.
There's a farmhouse.
Ooh.
Pigneedle stands near the entrance. Do I have this place backwards? Where's the door? You know what?
What?
Hang on. I got this. I got doors.
Story.
I got doors today. Real fake doors.
There's the door. Although it's small. Small door.
It's a big door.
No,
That
it's a
door
less
could feed
big door.
That door could feed a family of 4 and be turned to straw.
It's made of gold.
Gold, sell the door.
Pigneedle approaches the door. It's a sturdy wooden door. He
Haven't we been here before?
tugs the handle. The door appears to be locked.
It was in a different location before. If this is the miller's house,
Well, time to break it down. Let's go. He's got a hammer.
This is just sort of the card I use for houses in the farmstead. So you've found similar
think-
farmhouses.
I think Pigneedle's character would actually knock,
No,
being
he's
that
gotta
he's
gotta knock
he's
it
a
down
holy
in the name
man.
of
He is
Christ.
not a violent.
I don't know.
I'm
He's
a
here to
violent fish, let's go.
proselytize. He's like, knock, knock, knock. I'm here to spread the word of our Lord and Savior. There's
oh god,
no
why
response.
I'm gonna
why do you
harpoon this
play
guy
him
down
with
if you
the-
don't.
why do you play him as a Jehovah's Witness?
I was about to say that.
Fucking, hello, we're just looking for some charity for the gods. Oh really? Well, the gods can suck my dick because they didn't give me the ability to do it. What, suck your own dick? Yes. Close the door in their face.
Okay, I'm gonna try an athletics check because why not?
All right.
I will assist you.
Backflip the door
advantage.
open.
All right. He-Man, roll the assist.
I got a 6. Boom.
Well,
You got a 23.
he'll give
He-Man
you
was assisted.
advantage if he can roll better than a 10, and he can. So you
Ah.
get a 23 instead.
Oh sweet. I just imagine like a wet sloppy thud and then just a hammer through the door. Oh.
Okay. So with a forceful shove, you batter down the door.
For Jesus, I say.
Okay.
Oh, stop saying his name!
Inside the house, you spot the ghost again. This time she stands behind a counter and she's looking down at a book. And she
Give me
sort
your
of
book.
fades away and disappears through the wall.
Sweet. There's a book there.
Laron's gonna have a little rant to himself and to the party, just saying a menagerie of things like, "Why is it that you invent doctors and all this shit, but every time they do the job, you get all the credit? You're a terrible being." And he just goes off in the distance, and you hear him ranting about, "Yeah, Ten Commandments." Yeah, Okay. Did we find anything inside?
Okay,
Progress to
so
matter.
who looks at what? That's the question.
I want to look at the book.
All right, so Leiron goes in to the counter, inspects the book. So there's like a ledger, right? It's mostly stuff about selling grain and produce and hay, like a ledger of values, trading with the hamlet. Um, in amongst those, there's some notes and stuff, just like talking about Agatha. I guess it's Agatha's book, and it's talking about her local fling, another farmer from the local area, and
Ugh.
how he gave her a locket, and she's like super excited about it.
Ugh.
And then like there's a later entry in the book saying that she lost the locket and she's going to go look for it in the nearby woods. And that's the last entry.
Okay. Leon's going to say to the party, well, basically, this book is split in half. The first part is all about ledgers and, work and all that shit. And the last parts are all about love. The strange thing about this is that that ghost was reading about the catalog part. So obviously, that is what we should take away from this book. And furthermore, we should ask the question to ourselves: do we still have to work when we're dead? Because if I still have to work when I turn into a ghost, then I'm going to be fucking livid.
These are all valid questions.
They
Leon's going to
I
shout.
don't know. Is that your own personal hell?
they probably do meet on farmersonly.com.
Leon,
Well, time to raid the kitchen. Let's go, Centipede. I don't know where the kitchen is.
Leon's
Same
going to
with
shout.
over here.
Leon's going to shout out to the house, I truly pity you! I fucking hate work, and if you still have to do it when you're dead, then you don't deserve it.
All right. It's a wooden farmhouse. It's got many rooms. You can go into any of them and explore around if you wish. Bloop appears to be going into the kitchen. In the kitchen, you see the ghost Agatha. She's seated at the table here, and she's miming as if she's like eating from a bowl of porridge or something. But there's no bowl, there's no spoon. She's just sort of going through the motions of life.
That's awkward. Okay.
Like a recording. A holographic recording.
Welp, I kind of tell her to give me her porridge, even though it's not there.
I mean, I wouldn't give you my porridge.
'Cause I'm a fish, you don't have porridge.
No, I mean, I wouldn't give, in real life, I'd never give my porridge to anyone. It's my fucking porridge. I
Okay,
made
fair
that
enough.
porridge. I poured the water in that porridge. And the milk, and I gave it a little bit of sugar. The fuck you want with my porridge is mine.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't you touch my porridge. Don't ask for my porridge. It's my porridge.
Okay.
I drizzled that fucking honey. Me. Don't mess with my porridge, man.
I guess you really just like porridge.
It's my porridge. Don't touch my
Alright.
porridge.
Okay, okay.
There's 1,000 things you could be doing. Why does touching my porridge have to be one of them?
I keep thinking Pig Needle would use Turn Undead at about this point.
I don't really care either way.
No. Turn Undead
No.
is Turn Undead is a forceful eviction. I think that he'd want a peaceful one.
You
He'd
think?
be like, Jesus is within you, and then she'd be like, ah!
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
He's probably smart enough to know that exorcism is for bad ghosts, and this is obviously
Yeah.
a good one.
This is one
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just stuck in time.
Well,
What?
a neutral one.
Ones that attack Xeno are good. All right, got it.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, that is a good point. He did attack Xeno. I kind of forgot about that. He might smite it.
That's why I'm thinking turn undead might be the thing to do. If it's already attacked a party member and he's got the ability to just make it disappear. So I think if he's got the capability, he's gonna vaporize the ghost. Poof! Begone! Thought!
So what did you have him use? Smite.
I will be right back.
Turn undead.
Okay, turn undead is a. Does he even have that?
He's a cleric.
No, it's his divine. It's his divine favor or whatever, isn't it?
All clerics can turn undead.
Yes, at the sacrifice of divine favor.
He's used turn undead before. He has it. I know he has it.
Yes, but I'm saying that he can only do it a limited amount of times. So if he's using it now, then he can't use it again.
Correct.
I think he can only use it once a day.
Heirloom chest.
No, sorry, he can only use it once a rest.
Well, a ghost that can do 12 damage in a single hit. Goodbye.
I'm just gonna put down on his features and traits. No turn undead. There you go. No, I'm gonna reiterate that. No divine favor.
So, Long, what do you do?
I use the skeleton key on this heirloom chest.
Okay. Heirloom chest contains heirlooms. Let's find out which heirlooms it contains.
Hey Fox, during the last week you opened that unlocked strongbox, right? That's like in that tree that fell down.
By the way, Ninja, can I crawl my way back to the entrance while remaining stealth?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll just slowly make my way back.
I'm pretty sure crouching applies when it comes to stealth.
Trying to play out Solid Gear Metal Snake.
Yeah. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
Zeno finds a convenient cardboard box to use.
Yep, there it is. Fuck guns, I
Dun,
want
dun, dun, dun,
tranquilizers.
dun, 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 dun.
Zeno.
So, Agatha
Zeno!
had a pile of heirlooms, and
Zeno!
He-Man acquires them.
Lovely. Piece of paper for stone heads and 5 useless badges.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Badges? Where we're going, we don't need badges. Bum.
Respect my authority.
Okay, but is there any further development with this witch? Is she still
I'm back.
reiterating the same process of
Do I
pretending?
have porridge again?
Pig
Okay,
Needle
you-
turned undead. She's been banished to heaven or hell.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. Yeah, so she's passed on.
Alright, Bloop. All of that invisible porridge is yours.
Centipede, fetch.
Later on, is
Just,
gonna
waves its arms around.
Later is gonna sarcastically mime eating porridge, like, "Yeah, look, I've got some too. Oh, it's so delicious."
Centipede walks over and tries to grab it.
I play along. I play along. You made me drop my porridge.
Centipede is sad.
What
There
am I talking
was
about? Later on.
never any porridge to begin with.
Centipede just kind of droops.
I keep forgetting my character has no sense of humor. So I can't give him that. If I'm gonna explore this area. There's a crate over here. I want to know what's.
Okay,
I'm gonna
in the corner of the
explore.
house, you find a storeroom. In the storeroom, there's a large amount of hay and a rug.
Hmm.
You don't see this.
But all I see is an old rug on the floor and just hay.
There's a big pile of hay and a rug that covers the floor.
I'm gonna upturn the rug, see if there's any like hidden doors or basements or something.
Oh, look, you found a hatch. Underneath the hatch, there is a crate.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and say, why is it always under the carpet? And I'm gonna open the. What did you say? There was a crate under the hatch.
A crate.
I'm gonna open the crate.
All right, you check the crate. Inside the crate, you're gonna find some things and some stuff. I'm rolling. What it says is in the crate you find more crests
Ah,
hidden away. There you go.
ah. Anything else in the chest?
No, no, no. Just a crate of
Lovely.
old heirlooms.
Lovely. I rejoin the party and I say, "Hey, I found a bunch of cresticles." Hand them to Long.
Well,
or-
we actually
Perfect.
need crests right now.
Yeah. So I'll hand it to whoever's collecting them. Is it Long, Zeno? Goop? Who knows?
I mean, I collect things, but not for the purpose you guys want to use it for.
Shoves them in my bag.
I see a bunch of people in this bedroom. There's 2 beds and a pile of books on a table in the corner.
Ooh, books, eh? Are any of them cookbooks?
You inspect the
can't
books to find
read.
out. I
How
can't read.
How to cook a goop.
I'll just replace that with the word chicken. You'll be good. Uh,
Okay, you find a cookbook. But it's a cookbook of how to cook pelagics, and it's well
Oh.
illustrated with very graphic detail. You take 25 stress damage.
Womp womp.
good thing I don't have any stress right now.
What an awful book. Why would they have this?
Good question. They don't even live close to the ocean. I mean, I guess kind of close, but not as close as I think is close.
Everyone's gonna walk up to Goop and say, "Hey, what kind of book you got there? Anything interesting?"
Just drop the book. I'd saw.
And then just complete silence from sheer and utter terror.
As soon as you drop the book. Has anyone here seen F is for Family with Bill Burr?
No, I haven't.
No? Oh, such a shame. For any of you Twitch viewers, if you know who you are, if you ever do come around, it's when Bill gets traumatized. Whenever he gets traumatized, they just have him have the same face and they play the exact same music all the time, which is really sad and oh, it's amazing.
So it's more like a more realistic version of "Don't hug me, I'm scared."
What F is for Family? No, it's a cartoon on Netflix. It's just what they it's just a way for them to portray being traumatized as a child. So it happens with things like a child seeing 2 people shagging in an alleyway, or going to the local football stadium and seeing everyone piss in the same urinal thing. Yeah, it's just things that would traumatize a kid. And recently they had the dad get traumatized and he's real hard as nails. And that was when he saw his wife give birth for the first time.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Because he's never been there for the birth.
Oh.
Oh god. Anyway, spoiler alert, by the way, I should have said that. Okay, so is there anything left that we haven't explored in this house? Is there like a second level, or is it a bungalow?
There's a single room that nobody's gone into yet.
Which one?
I assume we go into that room.
Nobody's gone in here.
I thought we had to go in there. I thought we had to go in there to get in here.
Yeah, there's an entrance right here.
Centipedia will skittle over because I'm busy sobbing in the corner.
I just imagine Goop sobbing.
Little jelly tears.
Viva la Diddley.
Centipede
Long, you
can't
there? You're
talk,
muted.
so it doesn't help much.
Yeah, you could try
Well,
and carry things, apparently.
I mean,
Alright.
if you had the speak with animals spell,
Centipede goes in the room and comes back with a pillow.
I
Okay.
think its head hurt so much at trying to be viable that it needed some way to rest its head.
Please, I'm dying. Uh-oh. In that case, it's time to toughen up, and I take that book and I harpoon, and then I move on.
Harpooned. That's a book review for you. All right.
Okay.
If you go into this room, it's a pretty normal looking bedroom, except there is a trap door in the corner.
Okay, Centipedia, you're up. I tie her up around the thing. Open the door.
All right. You
Leron's
open
going to
the cellar door.
Leron's going to say casually, "You're going to die."
Not me, the stick's going to do it for me.
Centipedia goes into the cellar and returns with jam.
Mm,
Ugh.
that's better than pelagic.
How do you know? Pelagic
There's been
could take-
tough times in the life of a druid, okay?
according to my sources up in the Crimson Courts, a pelagic is actually quite tasty. Depends on how you marinate it.
Why are
How
you
you
telling me this?
Oh, I thought you were interested. I mean,
Oh my god.
I thought you wanted me to bring up the argument that you could taste better than jam. In fact, I've often wondered what members of your race would taste like with. Oh, what does he say in
Look, dude, you're freaking me
Silence
out.
of the
Stop.
Lambs? I can't do it, but you know what I mean when I go.
Yeah.
I can't do it. No, I can't do it.
A worm Chianti.
Yeah.
With a side of fava beans.
So the father of it.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry. Don't worry, I'm not a cannibal.
the farmhouse
Because you're not
cellar
evil.
contains 17 jams, jellies, and other various preserves. You can take them if you want.
Ooh, okay.
This
Can make
this
a
house
fish jam.
this house sounds very Amish.
It is a
Don't they-
farmhouse.
Yeah, but don't they stockpile like jam jars and shit?
Yes. Well, I mean, most medieval type people would preserve food that way. If you got like
Is there
berry
like tokens
bushes,
for this, or
make some
should I just
jelly.
add it to my food?
Hey, just add it, like, type it into your inventory or equipment slot somewhere. Just
Okay.
17 jams.
Well, looks like this section of the farmstead was completely useless. I mean, did we get anything out of that? Oh, wait, we got the crests, didn't we?
We got the jams.
You
can
got
throw this at
food, you got
enemies.
lots of heirlooms.
Why
I'm
isn't there
gonna
explosive
out
jam?
the window, or like if there is one, or out kind of outside the front door.
Yep.
Is the
There's a window that looks down on the path here.
okay? Is the meteorite thing moving closer to the house?
Okay.
Hello.
So the sleeper was on a path, and he is currently right here by these trees, doing something in these trees.
Hmm.
So can I see the glow from the window?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell them the glow got a little bit closer, but it's off to the right side.
The color of the glow has
Not
changed, and one of these trees no longer there.
What color is the glow?
It turned green for a bit. There was like a lightning flash of green, and then that tree is not there anymore.
Well,
green vaporizes things. You guys be careful.
yeah.
Ugh.
Sort of similar to what happened to Scorpeak, that same color.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
to
gonna
know.
look down. Considering I've resummoned him, I'm gonna look down at Scorpic and I'm gonna say, "Hey, hey, preacher, that beam of green light. Tell me, how did it feel when it incinerated your being?
It didn't feel like anything because all of my nerves were gone in an instant.
Lovely.
Did you not feel so good?
didn't didn't feel a thing. It was just warm and then nothing.
I feel like it was. I feel like if it did die, it would have been the complete opposite of Endgame. Like, I want to go. I want to die, Mr. Stark. Please, just let me die later on. No, you have to still alive. What are you?
Just squawk.
Oh, the hellish torture this thing's gone through. Well, I guess we should carry on. We still have this section of the map to look out for.
So
To
Do I-
investigate.
if you look out the window here, like Long, T-Man can see it from where he's at. If you look out the window here, you can see that there's like a path that goes in front of the house, and there's like a little barn. This block here is a barn that's next to the house, and then there's a field which is out that way. So if you look out into the field, that's what you see over there. So you could go over here through the barn and then out into the field.
I mean, we could maybe check out the barn, but I don't feel comfortable going towards the field because the sleeper's kind of heading directly in that direction.
Fair enough.
By the way, how far have I made it to the entrance, Ninja?
You are at the entrance. You could head to the hamlet if you want.
Yeah, I'll probably just stay for a little bit and chat with Snake, like I said before.
Alright.
And yes, I can chat with Snake because I have speak with animals.
Yes, we know.
What's the snake saying? He's like, I hate my life because my owner is blue.
What have you? When? Nick Fox.
Do you
And they can
actually want
fight.
to act out? Do you actually want to act out your snake and have a conversation?
No, I'm just saying, like, I kind of thought it was a magical creature, so I didn't really say anything. I didn't really know how that worked. Well, even now I don't know how that works.
It's
Kinda
a
like the
magic
bastard
item. It
of
can
us.
follow your commands, but it can't talk, and you can't see through its eyes or anything like that.
Mm.
It is not a familiar,
Oh,
but
so
it is a
diamonds just
commandable
talk.
magic creature.
Kind
But
of what I thought.
it is still considered an animal, is it? Does it not?
All of those things are sort of like pets. You can give a pet a command like attack, and it will go and bite something. So it is on that level, right? You summon the snake and say kill that thing, and the snake will attack it, or grab that thing, and it will grab that thing. It can
You can
follow direct orders like a pet would follow commands.
you could ask the snake what it's like to be for Goop to be in charge of her instead of me.
However, in many cases, they will have like sort of animal intelligence, so they're not going to be able to understand complex commands like "do my accounting for me," and the snake's going to look at you quizzically and go hiss, 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 hiss.
Hiss, 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 hiss.
Okay, so
Right.
you've done everything
Okay.
you can think in the farmhouse. Do you want to risk going towards that evil glow over there to investigate into the field, or do you want to try to wait it out in the farmhouse where you have some cover, or you could hide in the jam basement? Or do you want to make a run for it to the north? What's your plan?
I feel like all this. I feel like this meteorite eye thing will just. I feel like all it's going to do is circle the
Explode us.
area. So I don't think there's any point in us hiding. It'll just backtrack back to us.
It
Well,
didn't seem
kinda like
super
just waiting
interested
for-
in you, but it's also very dangerous.
Like I said, we could like just go in the barn and search in there, and then close the door if anything, and just kind of wait in there for it to pass, and then continue moving. Then maybe we could check the field after, after it leaves.
Leon's going to sigh. He's going to go up to Goop and he's going to say, "Okay, we might end up going into the barn, and I want to make it absolutely clear: if we find an animal in there and it's even remotely cute, we are not taking it."
Okay.
I just want to make that perfectly clear.
Mhm.
Whatever's in there
Yep.
is not coming with us.
Mhm.
What if it's useful like a horse?
then it can die slowly in all of its horsey-like state.
Dude, that's harsh.
Life is
Very
harsh.
hard.
I'd get it if it's like a rat or something, but jeez.
I go over and I try the door. Is it unlocked?
Okay. You approach the barn. The barn's kind of dilapidated. It's red, but the paint is peeling really badly.
Is there still bushes right here? Or can we just stand there? Just kind of like,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thorn bushes have grown up around the barn, so you can't get into these spaces without taking damage. It looks like you
I'm
really
just
have to.
trying to like, yeah, just trying to place things without getting in the way. That's all.
So these gray areas, you can go into them, but you will take damage. So I just want to reiterate that. So
It's kinda
the barn door opens pretty easily. It's not locked or anything. However, when you peek your head into the barn, there's something in there.
Is it a mouse?
Do I
Is
need
it
to roll?
small and fluffy?
See inside?
It's not hiding. As soon as you open the door, you'll spot it.
It's like, "Ree," and it's a huge jackalope.
It's a griffin.
The suspense is killing us.
Just give him time to find it.
Eh,
I
wasn't-
feel like this might be one of those situations where we look behind us and we see this giant orb and we think, okay, we're going to be safe. We're just going to open this door and we're just going to open this door and we're going to escape him. And we open the door and for some unknown reason, the orb is there and we have no fucking clue how it got there.
Okay, so as soon as you open the
Sleep.
door, there's a
Sleeper
plow
appears.
horse. The plow horse in there is going to freak out. So let me get my
Quick, close the door.
stats. Plow horse. Plow horse has a dex mod of 0, so I'm going to roll that initiative. Is everybody's initiative good?
Yes, Rooney, por favor.
Let me double check mine for my combat modifier thing. The start of combat.
I'm pretty sure my gauntlets give me -1.
My AC is wrong.
All right,
Since it-
mine's good now.
Okay, so the initiative is going to be not this one, not this one, not this one, but this one. This is the one. Mad God's first.
Okay. As a free action, I'm going to say to He-Man
Just
since he's the one who opened
bypass
the
my
door.
turn.
Okay. I'm going to say to He-Man, okay, so what's in there?
There's an angry horse that's crystallized.
Well, hang on.
Oh.
So as soon as the barn door opened, the horse inside is going to freak out, right? So it's neighing, it rears up, it's kicking its hooves. It's
Freeing.
it's like an aggressive crystalline horse like you've seen before. So
thing's
everybody
really-
Have to put it down.
This thing's
everybody's
really horsing around.
generally aware there's a monster within like 10 feet of you. So you don't have to ask him, is there a creature? you know there's an evil horse in there.
So do you want to put it down or just close the door and pretend it never happened? I'm fine with either one, but I think we should put it down.
Well, we have to cut through the barn if we want to continue. So I'm
Yeah.
going to kill it.
Barge in through the wall. Let's make this entrance wider.
Kool-Aid Man style.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm as a reaction, I'm going to have my familiar attack when it gets to its turn. Where is my familiar? Why isn't it on the initiative? My familiar's missing from the initiative.
Let us have it go after you. Or before you on this. You should get his token out, though. We put it away because he was dead, right?
Probably, but it's not. Where is it now?
There's like this brown bag, has the extras in it.
Used to be purple. Is that it?
There she blows.
There she blows. She blows again. Oh shit. Where are you? There you are. Accidentally got rid of. What's the fucking name? Centipedia. Okay, so I'm gonna have Scorebeak take its turn now. So Scorebeak is going to. It definitely has the movement for this. Don't you judge me. It's going to fly through the door, which I'm assuming is still open, and it's going to fly in right to about here. It was already invisible, and it's going to attack the plow horse. Master Dungeon, does a 22 hit?
It sure does.
Master Dungeon.
Fantastic. Well, actually, it's not. It's a 23, but who cares? Is that a savage hit?
It is not. You need a 28.
Boo on you, sir. So it takes 7 damage, and would you please have it make a con save?
Okay.
What was that? You cut out.
19. I think a 19 saves.
You got a 19 on your con save.
I did.
Boo! You only take half of 9 damage.
4.
You take 4 damage. Poison.
Little bit poisoned, not terribly bad. Horse shrugs it off. All right. So that was your reaction. Do you got other things going on?
Action to turn invisible again. But no, that's everything. I can't see the horse is the thing, so I have to rely on the familiar.
For Leiron, though?
Leiron? No, he's going to stay where he is.
Okay.
Movement is fine. Reaction, not yet. And movement, no bonus action either.
Pig Needle would probably charge in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Puts him right inside the barn door. Pig Needle runs in and screams, "I tank for Jesus!"
Ugh.
After a move, he's not close enough to hit. He doesn't use ranged weapons, so he will use his action to take the dodge action, increasing his chances of not taking any damage. Then, He-Man, what do you do?
I will run 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Am I flanking with Scorby?
You are?
Sweet.
Ooh, that wasn't my intention, but I'm happy that it works.
Alright, I'm going to attack with my Acid Dragon Slayer sword. I'm not gonna activate it, just normal. Ooh, 29 with advantage.
29's exceptional.
Slap it. I'm gonna reroll one of the dice. I don't think it'll do better than a 4, but try it anyways. Nope. 21 damage and a 22 hit, so if it's not immune to being prone, it is prone now.
Okay, you just did a ton of damage to the plow horse.
Oh dang.
Don't forget extra attack. You can do it all over again.
Oh yeah, I hit it again. If it's not dead.
Oh, it survives. It survives. So swing again.
What do I get for double advantage? A +1?
Yeah,
I thought it was +2.
it used to be, but now it's +1.
All right.
Okay. Alright, that is +11, so that is 17 to hit.
Okay.
That does not hit, right?
17 doesn't hit, no.
Oh,
Damn.
However,
Okay, that is my turn.
your
Your first
initial
hit-
your initial attack hit super hard and did inflict a bleeding wound. So I'm gonna put bleeding wound on there.
your first attack is like from down to up, where the body is, so that inflicts damage. But your second attack is from up to down, which is where the diamonds are. So it clangs off.
You did a huge chunk of damage. You cut the flank of the horse wide open. Crystals and blood go everywhere. After that, Centipedia.
Mhm. Wait, did we break down this one wall like I said we should?
Nope, I think there's just an
Nope.
open door in this square.
Well, Centipedia will stand next to Scorvik and attack.
Okay.
These tiny little things. Like wiggles aggressively.
Ooh, a hit.
And then I think for that.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what? It does 3d6 and a d4? Holy shit, Centipede.
Wait.
That's
It's
poison
supposed
damage.
to be. Yeah,
That's the
a
same-
d4 for regular damage, 3d4 for poison damage if you can't make the save. I forgot how
Uh,
the save works.
I made the save, so I think it's like
Did you
Okay.
say? Did you say 3d4 poison damage?
Yeah.
Because you're doing 3d6s on that thing.
Yeah, I realize now that I have dyslexia, and it's not great. I'm so bad at doing this thing. Anyway, yeah, I meant to say 3d6, but yeah.
Let me look up at his stats real quick. So DC 11, he did make the save. It's 3d6 poison damage. If the poison damage reduces the target to 0, the target is stable but poisoned for an hour. That's weird. So it's like a paralysis poison. It doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
But he made the save, and I think it's an all or nothing save. It's not for half, so he doesn't take any of the poison damage.
Okay.
He only takes the initial 2 plus 2, so he takes 4 damage.
That's good. Centipedia is like Weedle, but actually useful.
He's got a decent con save, so the poison's unlikely to work. All right. The horse is prone and he's bleeding and he's getting gnawed on by a giant centipede. It really doesn't like any of what's going on here. He was right to freak out. After Centipedia, Diamond. You still there? Diamond Dragon. You off having a
Oh, he
smoke?
did.
Doesn't it?
Well, he's not in the game, really, is he?
I had a thing for him to do, but he's not here, so whatever. The horse, laying on the ground, is going to kick its legs and it's going to emit a horrifying wail. The bestial scream of the plow horse
I've heard
affects
worse.
everybody within 20 feet, which I believe is all of you. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yep, everybody has to make a wisdom save.
Oh no! How will I ever do that with my +9? What is the DC?
16.
Oh boy, this might actually be tricky.
I straight up
Oh,
actually have not rolled higher than a 10 today.
Fail, fail.
take it back. I take it back. Sorry, gods. I'll never. Actually, no, I will.
How much stress is that?
Pig needle failed. Diamond's not affected. If you get hit by that, it does 2d8 stress damage, so
Oh, that's not too
yeah, it's not the worst. I'm rolling it. The screams of the plow horse do 6 damage to everyone who failed.
Oh, is it wisdom saving throw?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then it does stress damage. DC
An entire
16 wisdom. So you failed
Ooh.
also, so you take 6 stress
6
damage as
damage,
well.
you said? Six.
Then from its position on the ground, it's going to attempt a hoof attack against He-Man. It's just like kicking its legs from the prone position. Let's see, he's got a...
On the attack while it's prone, right?
You cut out, what?
I said it has disadvantage while it's attacking while prone, right?
I don't think so.
Hang on.
Let me look up.
No, I've literally got the DM screen in my hands.
What's it say?
Petrify, grapple. There we go. Prone. Only movement option is to crawl. Blah blah. Creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Yeah, I guess he does have
Yeah.
disadvantage then. All right, that makes sense, I guess.
It may have additional rules considering the grit and glory that we're using though. But I don't know what those are.
That was a base rule.
Okay, well, so he's got the lesser of these two. Does a 19 hit? It does not. Probably not, right?
It is not.
Okay.
Who's he
Base
hitting?
AC.
So you dodge those kicks. The hoofs kick out at you, but do not connect. So the horse is still on the ground. You still have advantage to hit. Bloop.
lightning taser time. Let's go. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Sweet. 10 damage.
It does.
There's no
Lightning
prone.
damage. Just tase it. That's what I'm gonna call it now. It's a taser.
Okay,
It's pretty
you've
much all it
defeated
is.
the plow horse. Its legs stop kicking, and it sort of just slumps. Half crystal and
Huzzah!
half meat.
Time to harvest.
I believe you're already carrying a huge quantity of crystals, so you're probably not going to be able to take more.
A
Hey,
huge
pig.
quantity. It's only on a cart over here.
Yeah, well, like the dragon breath created a huge amount of crystal, and you filled your entire cart with it, right?
How much was that in total? Like how many
So
crystals on the cart?
I explained this before. It's not the shards for the gypsy. It's just regular crystal as a raw material that you can sell.
Uh,
What kind of shards of the
what if we
gypsy star?
what if we smash the crystal? Then do we get shards?
No.
This crystal is useless. Oh, really? Smashes it on the ground. Oh my god! It's what I wanted and more.
That'd be dumb.
I'm going to increase this thing's value by smashing it to pieces. This is a fucking stupid jigsaw. I'm going to solve this problem by increasing this thing's value by smashing it into a million tiny little pieces.
Appraisal. Fix.
Okay, the least valuable semi-precious gemstone, quartz, is worth 10 gold pieces per.
And how many? 10 gold pieces per quartz. How big is a quartz for it to be worth 10 gold pieces?
Well, you have a cart full. I don't know.
A cart full. A million gold. A billion million gold.
I mean, it's probably worth a lot.
Yeah, but how much? I want exact digits here.
I do not know, and you are unsure at this moment, but you have a cart full. It is a huge quantity. You took all that you could get. You filled your cart. That's all I'm saying. You're at capacity. You could empty out some crystal. It's only worth 10 gold per piece. But to empty that crystal out and put this crystal in, it's the same effect. It's all the same kind of crystal.
It's like saying we need to build a fence to stop people from getting to their fence. Ugh. Well, is there anything else of worth on this horse other than quantities of cords that we've already got?
Well, no. The answer is no.
Fantastic. Let's proceed.
However, you're in a barn. The barn is quite tall. It's like a two-story barn. There's a ladder that goes up to an upper deck. You're on the lower
Ooh.
deck, and there's several stalls for horses. Well, two stalls for horses basically. There's the one this horse was in, and then an empty stall to the side of it.
I throw Centipedia up.
Okay, Centipedia goes up there and comes down with straw.
Okay.
Like a piece of straw? Or are you talking
Um,
about something we put in cups?
A mouthful of straw.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh my god, it's plastic straws.
Basically, when you send Centipedia in blind, it retrieves whatever the first thing it can grab is and comes back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up there and get more straw to reinforce my purse.
Okay,
Does she spot anything of actual worth up there?
so the upper deck of the barn is cluttered with boxes. Do you wish to investigate?
Sure, I'll start pushing the boxes down, but I tell Centipedia to move so I don't squish.
Okay, well, it starts raining boxes. Everybody that's on the bottom floor roll a deck save to avoid being crushed by boxes.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
I'm
knew
not
this was going
doing
to
it that
happen.
fast. I'm just saying, like, here's a box, here's another box.
Is somebody trying to catch the boxes?
No.
It's just a pile of boxes in the corner. It's pretty much what I imagine.
If nobody tries to catch the boxes, they'll take fall damage when they hit the ground.
That's okay.
Okay. The boxes smash on the ground. The boxes are broken open.
I wanna save them.
Ta-da!
Okay. So He-Man is going to try to catch the boxes. Roll a
King of
dexterity
Surprises.
save to catch boxes.
Oh, dexterity, shoot.
I don't know, it's not going to be easy. You have
Yep.
to have good quick hands to catch those boxes.
I give up.
Smash
Just let
them
them
as they
break.
come down. Yeah.
Do my danger senses kick in? Do I get advantage for this, or is this not a trap thingy?
Sure, yeah, you can have the points for it.
It's an improvised trap because it was
Unlike
never a trap
Rar.
until
Oh,
Goop
it's
decided
still
to
a 9.
Ooh. Just gets hit in the face with the box.
Well, I'll say you catch the box. The box doesn't take any damage. However, you might have caught it awkwardly and took 4 yourself.
I'm telling you, man, just let them smash on the floor. It's fine.
Don't chuck them down anyway. We have legs. We can get up there. Hell, I've got flying boots. I can fly up there. You don't have to smash them on the ground.
Well, how do I know they're not trapped if I don't smash them?
Obviously, if they were trapped, then you wouldn't be able to move them.
Magic torch.
Like, all I'm saying is that it's fun smashing boxes, okay?
I'm not sure if that magic torch is activated at the moment.
I
feel
would
like
use another one if the other one is expired.
I feel like the guard from Ocarina of Time, the one that looks after all the pots, and he tells Link specifically not to smash.
Well, if you acquire all of the boxes, most of it's junk, but in among the junk, you're going to find some heirlooms.
Huzzah!
See, it was worth it.
You find a lot of rusty tools, a lot of old mason jars. You find, rusty
jars, eh?
rusty kits for like sewing kits and woodworking tools, but all of it's kind of covered in a layer of dust and decay.
I'll take the jars, but that's about it.
All right. You acquire, let's see, how many good jars do they have here? You acquire 5 jars.
Yay, now I can fill those with kelp and stuff for bubbly. I don't have to openly carry them around in my bag.
Do you say this out loud? Like, that's the reason why you want all this. What was it again?
So I can make little kelp jars for bubbly.
Oh, the jars. All right.
Yeah.
Leon's gonna say to the druid, "Why do you care for that damn animal? It's not more than a tool. Let it live off scraps and you know what?
It's
I
so
don't even.
fluffy. It's like a mini frog alligator thing.
It should
Well,
be
it's not
feared.
fluffy, but
There is nothing cute about that piece of reptilian skin with legs.
well, look at his legs. It's got little fingers.
I don't care. These animals are meant as tools to be used and to be looked after. I'd never spend any precious gold on that damn thing I call a bird.
I never thought I'd say this in my life, but you sounded just like PewDiePie. I don't care.
I don't care. Oh my god, people are shitting at me, bruvs. But my point still stands. Regardless, we should continue forward.
Pig Needle
done?
looks out the door of the barn and keeps an eye on the crystalline creature in the distance to make sure it doesn't come destroy everybody.
Fair enough.
At one point, he's going to yell, "Get down!" and he's going to jump to the ground.
I'm going to ignore him.
Okay. Everybody's hit by a
I
wave
do
of
as
energy.
told. I was gonna do as told.
It's a DC 19 Wisdom save.
Jeez, what's with
Okay.
these DCs?
If you fail, you take 18 stress damage.
I'm gonna die because of stress. Jeez.
Mad
Do I
God's
take half or
fine.
none?
No, you don't take any if you make the save. So,
Cool.
He-Man, unaffected.
How many did you say? 18?
Let's give Pig. Has anyone been rolling for Pig? I don't think we have.
I'm rolling it right now. Pig Needle makes a save. He takes none.
I have 49 stress. Can we rest or something?
No. You have
Resting
to live for
doesn't
that.
fix stress damage. He-Man can
Oh, I
reduce
thought-
your stress. He's got an ability.
I thought
But that only
camping
works in
skills did
combat.
that.
There's camping skills that'll reduce stress. There's stress relief activities in town that are expensive that release stress. And then there's He-Man's active in combat gesture ability that relieves stress. Those are your options.
Wait, who was the last to go to kill the horse thing? Because I want to know if I had a turn to do
It
that.
was me. I
Okay,
exploded
so a
it.
new initiative didn't start. Okay, then we get one.
Nope.
Okay.
Not that time.
Here's a post from Not the Onion. Georgia police officer has meltdown over McDonald's egg McMuffin order called Officer Karen.
Okay. So what's happened is the sleeper went over here and starts projecting a beam down into the ground in this area here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do something else. There we go. Okay, he shoots a beam into this graveyard here, and all of the dead farmers from the last century start rising from their graves.
Oh no. Wait a second, that's the miller.
Okay, so what's happened when Pig Needle shouted, "Get down," and he jumped, he dove for the dirt, this wave of psychic energy crossed through everybody and into your mind, and gives you sort of a vision of the dead rising from their graves and washing over the earth.
Well, time to get my lightning spells ready and electrocute all of them at once.
The zombies rise.
Zombie.
Zambers everywhere. So many
I get
Zambers.
hit by it and I'm just like, hey, it tingles.
Well,
Are
if
we able to get two of the same spell? Or prepare them twice?
No. No, you can't. There's no point in preparing the same spell twice.
you want to cast it twice.
You can cast it twice, yeah. You can use if you have 3 spell slots, you can spend 2 of them on the same spell. But there's no
Oh,
point in
okay. I see.
preparing something twice.
So it's like you prepare 2 spells, but you only cast your lightning spell, for example. So you cast your lightning spell. If you have the 2 spell slots, you can cast the lightning twice, or you can cast one of each, or you can cast the other spell twice. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna
So like,
cast Call Lightning over
kind
there
of
when
like
I get a chance.
BDO. You can have a bunch of spells prepped, and then you can cast the same one over and over and over again as long as you have mana for it.
yep.
Eldritch Blast.
We're gonna need to team up for this one.
Alright, so apparently the dead are. Oh my fucking god, that's a lot of dead.
It is a horde
Well,
of the
let's see here.
undead rising from their graves.
How do we tactically
Horde
You
as
can
old as
eliminate all of them?
I.
Let's see here.
Don't worry, I have a lovely spell for this situation.
Fine.
Besides, thunder spells were only good for that dragon. There's no telling if it's any good against.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying these things probably won't have vulnerability or the sleeper.
All right. So you're deep in the farmstead, in the heart of darkness, in an old farmhouse.
Okay, it takes like 6 rounds to kill most of these things.
I'm gonna go over here.
You're gonna go outside of the barn, out through the back door, and out into the fields.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. There is a plentiful bounty, unpicked fruit, as far as the eye can see. However, your cart's already full, so you're probably not gonna want to grab it.
What kind of fruit are there?
There's quite a few pumpkins and gourds, sort of like a fall selection.
No fruit? No apples?
There might be some apples in amongst it. They got an apple tree or two.
I ignore it. Because apples only tasted good when we farmed them for being good. I
Okay.
went on Reddit one day and there was a cool guide for how we actually biologically engineered common fruit like apples and bananas and all that.
Oh yeah, natural banana looks gross.
Oh yeah, it's got fucking massive seeds.
Hmm.
Like they would get stuck in your throat. They're so big, like apple pips. But yeah, now they're fucking tiny. It's amazing. Carrots look like roots, just plain old roots.
Okay. You move to the back of the old farmer's field, the unattended bales of hay sitting out in the weather, getting all moist and damp. It looks as if there's an old path in the back field that goes down sort of a ravine to an old creek, and it looks like there's a little fishing spot down there. Is Leiron headed that way?
No, but Scorbeak is.
Scorbeak and
Oh, what
Centipedia head
country?
down there. All right, so you go down to the fishing hole. There's a watery lake, and there's an old fishing pole and a pail and a sack sitting under an old wooden chair, like a rocking chair.
Okay, Centipede will pull and Scorpion will lift, I guess.
Well, Scorbeak has something magical that Centipede doesn't have, and that's thumbs.
Look, it's got 1,000 legs instead, okay?
That's not good, not as good in any way, shape, or form.
It can stab quickly, I guess.
You tell me. You tell me when you can open a crisp packet while wearing extremely tight socks, and tell me how easy it is compared to you using your hands.
I don't have enough legs to do that.
Exactly. Okay, what's in the sack? What's in the sack? What's in the fucking sack?
Okay.
What's in the
The sack
box?
contains a bunch of personal belongings. It's got a little pipe, a little bag of tobacco, and some ink, ink and pens, and a journal.
A
Oh,
journal. Eh? I'll take the journal and the pens.
how are you picking them up?
With my hand.
You don't have any hands.
I have 1,000 freaking.
Legs don't have hands. You're not a monkey.
It's like a claw machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's if anything, it's shitter than hands.
No,
If
it's
anything,
like a claw
anything,
machine,
it's
but it
have, like,
actually grabs
li-
instead of
tiny
like grasping
if it's
Frog.
like
something.
if
Then
it's like the claw
Claw,
machine,
claw.
then if anything, the claw machine is worse than having a million legs. Because
Yeah.
the claw machine fucking sucks.
it doesn't even try. At least with this organic claw machine, it can squeeze things.
You just put your hand in the bag and you suddenly hear out of nowhere. Dun, 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 dun,
Wait.
dun, 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 dun. It's arcade music.
It's time for Six Flags.
You're going to Six Flags, are you long?
Nah, it's still closed due to Corona.
Diamond, did you ever come back? Diamond?
Diamond.
Is Diamond alive still?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah,
You haven't spoken up in a long time. Diamond, you went all the way back to the entrance. I don't know if you were paying attention, but from your spot at the entrance here, you could see the sleeper went over to an old graveyard, and he zapped the ground, and suddenly all of the dead bodies rise from their graves. So you're a good distance away behind a cart. It's actually a pretty excellent sniper position if you'd like to take shots and try to snipe on some of these horde of zombies forming down there in the graveyard in the valley below. You have that option. Or you can continue to
Well,
lay low. I know you're trying not to get into combat.
the question is, because these are zombies, so they're mostly mindless. But I mean, the rules state that once I attack, I kind of give up my position. However, I suppose, just how far away are these zombies? Like, can you give me a distance?
Okay. Pretty far away. We'll say like 100 feet.
That would definitely give me time to re-hide myself. Well, I suppose I could take a pot shot or two and then just kind of like dive back into hiding thanks to my Mask of the Wild. So, Mad, if you could please roll my attack roll with my musket.
Yeah, you don't want me rolling that roll for you.
No, your rolls are terrible tonight.
Yes, they are.
I'm trying to figure out what your mods are.
It'd be plus
musket
6.
+6 with D12 +4 damage, right?
I can't remember. Ninja, is dexterity added on to the damage, or I thought that was.
Mm,
You got a modified 20.
I think so. Didn't they make that the same for melee and ranged in 5e? To hit and
No,
damage?
ranged is dexter. Yeah, it's whatever you use to attack.
Oh yeah,
It used to be different in
it's Pig
3.5.
Needles. Yeah, it's Pig Needle's game that I'm remembering that kerfuffle
Well,
from.
your
Yeah.
sheet for the musket says 2d12 +4, and your dex mod is 4, so
19 damage.
Bam. You obliterate one of the zombies. His head pops like a melon, and he falls in place. The other zombies pay no mind to it, but you're thinning the herd. I'll assume you continue doing that for a while, just taking shots.
Well, yeah, and then I'll have to use the rest of my actions because it's a load 3. I'll use the rest of my actions to reload my musket.
So I'm going to
Would I hear
extrapolate
this?
off that you could do that for several rounds. When they come towards you, are you going to retreat?
Snake will help, by the way.
I
I saw the
should be able
image.
to. This card is full of hay, correct?
It's full of crystals.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
been
it's
filled
still
with dragon
only have,
crystal.
dragons,
Uh,
smitty, diamond.
as long as I
and,
have like heavy, light, or some obscurement, I can continually keep going into stealth.
There's this hay bale stack, and yeah, the cart is another good option.
Somebody finally rickrolled Rick Astley himself.
All right. Only 3 of the zombies took notice of you, so
Would I hear those shots from all the way over here?
yeah, you guys
Probably.
probably
You
will
hear
hear
the crack of
gunshots.
a musket.
I would start making my way back as I hear the
Yeah.
shots.
I'll
off.
just start running back as slow as I. Just like waddling.
How many shots did Diamond shoot so far?
Oh, so
Just
far
one.
there's just been the one gunshot. So you guys hear a gunshot in the distance while you were exploring the farm. By which route do you wish to head back? The direct route? Going up this path and down the road?
Well, let's see. Where's
Yeah.
the sleeper?
This is 80 feet from me. I run there.
Hey, what was in that journal?
I think it was blank.
Okay,
I'll have to check later.
so Mad God, you acquire a journal, but
Hey.
then you hear a gunshot.
I have thumbs.
Do you want to stay and read the journal, or do you want to run to stay with the party?
I'll stay with
I
the
said
party, but
journal first.
Okay.
I'll stay with the party, but I'll pocket the journal, and I have the journal because I have thumbs. Get yourself some thumbs, and then you
I
can.
have arms.
You do have arms, but your friggin' centipede doesn't.
I estimate there's going to be 5 turns before you guys will get anywhere near where this is going on. So, Diamond, you have 5 shots. Take them well.
Am I rolling for him?
Take your best shot. Well, yeah, you
Well,
are.
I'm trying to think here because, well, there's 3 that have already noticed me. The rest don't really give a shit.
Shoot
Yeah,
the
it's no
participant
use to
knows
go
where
into
you
stealth
are.
right now since none of them are exceptionally close. So I'll take another crack shot.
See, I'm sort of like extending this road to be longer than it appears on the map. It's actually like 100 feet from the graveyard up to where he is up here. So it's going to take the first wave of zombies 5 turns to even hit your barricade, right? So at the point where you'd have to run away, you'll have had 5 turns to take shots. So if Mad God wants to
So-
crank out 5 more shots, you could destroy the zombies that are at your wall, or you could continue aiming down into the valley.
It's up to
Just
you, man.
get the ones at your defense.
Yeah, I can continue sniping. I have enough bullets.
Okay, but
What about the ones right next to you?
the close ones or the far ones? Which do you pick?
Well, the ones that have taken notice of me, well,
Just shoot those ones and then
Which
shoot the
ones
rest.
are marked towards
You can
you?
snipe the
No,
unaware ones,
'cause
or you
if
can
I-
try to snipe the ones that know where you're at and are coming to get you.
if I snipe the far away ones, it'll thin the
Ignore that.
greater horde that all of you are probably headed towards unknowingly.
Diamond, I'm asking really quick to keep them as close together as possible so I can just cast lightning a bunch and then they all sizzle to a crisp.
You know, core lightning only affects one person, right?
It said it had a 5-foot radius around the
Which
part
means it
you.
could hit 9 if they're all in a cluster.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I like it so much.
really? Jeez,
Mhm. It's strong. It's a high-level druid spell.
sounds like a constant core lightning.
Pretty much.
No, I
Well,
mean
Yeah.
a
It's
constant shatter.
it's stronger because there is a storm happening right now.
I'm finally fucking done.
Are you back from the dentist?
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Hey,
No.
Pig.
I've been back from the dentist for an hour and a half. I've been working.
So, Pig Needle,
Indeed.
I autopiloted you. I had you cast Turn Undead on a ghost that the party encountered. I had you try to proselytize, like
Jehovah's
approach
Witness.
the farmhouse. Say, I have the word of Christ to spread, and nobody was there.
I tried.
And I had you
I'll
try
take a
to be
shot.
sort of like tanky in the front, but here you are. So, the current situation: you guys have finished exploring the farmhouse. You acquired a bunch of treasures and an interesting journal you haven't had time to read, but then you heard a gunshot. Now, Zeno was like, I'm critically injured. I'm going to retreat to the hamlet. You guys press on without me. So Zeno has been backtracking to the entrance and is almost at the entrance, and so is pretty far away from where you guys are at. But you hear the gunshot, and He-Man and Bloop take off running, and Leiron is a little further behind, but he takes off running too. Where do you want to go?
I will shout to them to not go too fast because if he's dead, I can bring him up. Meantime, we don't need to get more people killed because we split the party.
Well, you can go ahead and
Thanks
move
a lot.
yourself
Anywho,
over here.
my shot. I've decided I'm going to take another shot at one of the far ones. And yes, Matt, I'm gonna need you to, because my game still is fucked up for some reason.
So you roll a 23,
Okay.
dealing 27 damage. Jesus
any of
Christ,
these
my rolls are
exceptional?
awesome.
Pop. So you pop the head of one of the unaware zombies down in the cluster of zombies. I'm gonna roll some perception checks.
That's a
One
cool effect.
one of these
Can they-
zombies takes notice.
Okay. So I
So,
got 4 coming towards me.
am I right next to you, Diamond, here? Where are you?
No, you would
Oh, that's
probably be
you
with
made-
the rest of the party.
The party is super split up right now. Pigneedle, you
Yeah.
were way back here by the farmhouse, and Diamond was going towards the entrance, which is way over here. You guys have a cartload of treasure, and
boy.
Diamond is at the cart.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there soon.
Okay.
Um,
Please do hurry.
Okay.
So I was
Anywho.
basically just going to group it so like the whole party will show up on turn 5. Diamond just took his shot on turn 2. So you can take 3 more shots before the party arrives.
Fuck
Kill
it.
it.
We'll just rapid fire. I'll take those next 3 shots at the ones heading towards me.
All right. So you start aiming at the ones up close. Mad
Shall I
God,
just
give
roll?
me 3 shots.
Okay. First one is an 11. Second one is 23. Third one is a 13.
The 11 misses. The other 2 will hit.
Fantastic. Second one deals 23 damage, and the third one deals 7 damage. Ooh, not very good rolls in that last one.
Okay, so this farmhand has the 7 damage and survives. The next one behind him, his head pops like a melon and he's gone. Gunshots are loud, so here's a bunch more perception checks to see if the zombies figure out where your position is, and
Well, do we also get turns while they're doing stuff?
Well, one's a
4 of
natural
them.
20.
Alright, so...
Ninja?
Well, like I was saying, because of the distance, it's 5 turns for the party to get here, so I'm just cranking out those
Well-
five turns, and then...
That doesn't add up. I can get there in 2.
He's enhance the square size for the zombies.
Pretty sure I could probably just fly there.
So just like a DM fiat sort of thing, you guys can place yourself right here or somewhere on this card, wherever you want to position yourself. So you guys arrive on the scene.
I turn undead immediately.
Basically, there was like an entire combat that Diamond didn't take part in, and so this was sort of like to give him some action. So he takes some shots at the horde, and then the party arrives. So
Lightning. Hiya.
I'm just turning undead already.
during those 5 turns, the sleeper has flown away and is not here. He's gone over here somewhere, but you don't know. But you can see his glow over in this direction. All right, so I'm going to roll an initiative. Is everybody's initiative correct right now?
Yes, Rooney.
Farmhand's got no modifier, and the new initiative has
Wait,
Mad God
modifiers.
first.
Wait, is that just being
Really?
ignored? Then?
That's
Damn
not
it, Ninja.
What?
I said as I walk up, I'm turning undead because I can just turn it on.
Oh, we already used
you
your
already
turn
used
undead.
it.
I don't- More than one a day.
I don't
You
think
don't
so.
get more than one a day. Channel
Really?
divinity. Nope.
I thought it was equal to your wisdom modifier.
Nope. It's equal. It's just channel divinity. It's once a day. Well, it's not once a day. It's once per rest.
Clerics can turn undead 3 times a day. That's 3rd edition.
We had this whole debate with Diamond when he was Urborg. It's once every rest.
I would appreciate it if you don't burn my abilities while I'm not here, thanks.
Well, it was a ghost that
did-
almost killed Xeno.
I would have let that happen so that I can use my turn undead on a crowd of undead, which is actually effective again.
I did warn the DM that was going to happen, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's my turn first. Where am I gonna put this shatter?
This is a horror,
First-
Mad. Your shatter's not going to work.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Wait a second. Yes, it will.
Fire.
Why do you say it won't? Shatter does work on hordes. It works for every individual member as well. You're just reading the rules wrong because you think that that same condition works with
No,
conditions.
because
Can you hit 9
the
of them?
rules specific.
That's not how it works. You're thinking about conditions, things like charmed, paralysis, poisoned, petrified, all that shit. That's not how it works with
Yes, but
hordes.
the horde mechanic dictates that a horde is considered one creature.
So
It's
1 pool of
not,
hit
though.
points.
That's not how it works.
It is, though.
You're reading it wrong.
Well, I don't care how I'm
I
reading it.
will.
The way it works mechanically in my game is they have 1 pool of hit points, unless you can hit a huge number of them.
I am going to look up the rules right now.
But I'm telling you, I don't care what the rules are. My rule is that you have to be able to hit 9 of them in order for them to take individual damage. So they'll have damage taken from 1 pool of hit points with a shatter.
I'll be listening to this as well, again, Fox, because this means that your channel chain lightning is only going to deal damage by 1 as well.
I have to be level 18 to turn undead 3 times. Fuck 5e. This is for children.
You can take a short rest for an hour though, and you can get it back.
Yeah, but there's zombies right in front of us, and I need it now. So, thanks, but that's a bad idea. In the future, if I'm not here, please, when there's a single undead, just heal them. Don't use the AoE on one creature,
Does heal destroy undead?
doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, fine, either way. Guiding Bolt, some other spell, but don't use an AoE on one creature. That's fucking retarded.
Well, it was an undead, so I turned it.
God damn it, dude.
I'll keep it in mind for next time not to use your turn undead.
There
No,
used to
don't-
be an official.
Don't use my AoEs.
There used to be an official paragraph somewhere around here saying what? Here we go. Area of effects and many targets. Although hordes are immune to many conditions as a group, an effect that is capable of targeting the horde's entire space or of targeting a large number of creatures can suspend this if the effect targets a large number of creatures, 10, blah, blah. The horde is required to only target. Yeah, that's conditions. I want actual effect. I want actual damage. Additionally, if the area of an effect that deals damage covers all of a horde space, the horde has vulnerability. That's not it. Examples of spells, blah blah. That doesn't mention individual creatures though. That lists the entire thing
Anyway,
and just vulnerability.
it's how I'm doing it.
So according to
So-
this, AoE spells would not have any effect unless it targeted
Not
literally everyone.
following that specifically.
I
that
can't
concept.
reiterate enough that I'll do it my own way, and I don't care what the rulebook says.
America. Oh, sorry. I sneezed a little bit.
Right. So
It's
Shatter
a-
is so. First of all, I need to get rid of Shatter because Shatter has now officially become useless. Because now, whenever we come across people, DM is just going to rule that it's it's a horde, so it does nothing. So hooray! Outside of that, I guess my only choice is to.
If you can line up 9 of them, I'll let you have it.
I
You
can't.
really think I can do that?
No,
Exactly.
that's why he said it that way. Not line up 9 of them and then I'll let you have it if you can line up. Yeah, right. You're not gonna do it. So
So
The
stop
chances
being
are rare,
salty and
but you have a chance.
Well, I'm
Small as it
sorry,
may
but
be.
one of my spells has become absolutely useless with the re-addition of horde mechanics. In fact, any AoE spell, including Fireball, has become useless with the addition of horde mechanics.
Fireball's got a
So,
big enough
if you
area,
think
it will
if I'm
probably hit
annoying-
9 of them. Do you see how big a fireball is? You could hit 9 of them easy.
yeah, it's 20-foot radius.
It's just the smaller ones like Shatter and the Lightning Spell have a harder time hitting 9 because they don't have as big an area.
Hey, look at that! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Happy now?
Yes. Yes,
please cast it over here, Martha. Get the right side between us and Diamond.
Right. How many creatures does that encompass, DM? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Looks like you got 13 of them.
No, 15. It's literally everyone in the circle.
Well,
Unless
let's do it.
DM wants to make some additional rules.
I mean, this is the same rule I've been using. We argue about it every time. I'm used to it by now.
Just write it down. That's all you have to
Absolutely.
do.
Meh. So, what are we doing here? Am I rolling the same number? Am I rolling 3d8s like 15 times, or do you just want to use one number for all of them?
One number for all of them.
Fine.
Got to speed it up somehow.
19 times that by, what did I say, 15?
19 damage. All right. The Horde rolls a save. What's your DC?
17.
That's a tough one.
Wish I had a high DC like that. Dude.
That's a dexterity save, right?
They made the save.
No,
So
it's a constitution. No, it's a constitution save.
they take
That's
half. Half of 19
Yep.
is 9.
Half.
Fucking hordes.
Uh-huh.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Well,
So
that's still 9 times 15, so
What is that? 90.
it kills them all. They have 9
Huzzah!
hit points. So
son of a bitch. Why couldn't you roll
Later.
2 more points of damage, Mad?
Leron snaps his fingers and a burst of sound waves emit from the center of a circle, and all of the bones and all of the bodies crumble, Thanos'd away.
Okay. Meanwhile, the barrier has been destroyed by the ones that were attacking it for 5 turns.
Has I
And
never moved? God damn
they're
it.
here.
Why is there so much lag?
Okay, Pig Needle, what do you do?
I asked the DM what his CPU usage is at right now currently.
Let me check. Got a lot of shit.
It's pretty fucking laggy, bruh.
400 something.
It's okay.
thing.
I downloaded more RAM today. It'll come in the mail soon.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. Well, that's really shitty. 5, 10, 30, 5, 10, 15. God damn it. It's not worth the spell, is it? We could kill these guys. They have like 6 hit points. Fuck it.
Which
Could
spell?
walk over and beat this guy. I was going to use Spirit Guardians. My
Ah,
staple AoE. What is this? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
you want to use your
5, 6.
last third level spell slot?
No, I don't. Especially on like 4 dudes. I'm gonna hit this guy. Give me a second though. Where's my roller? Clicking the button. Does a 14 hit?
44% usage. 50% usage.
That's not too bad. What's your memory at?
Memory 12.3 of 16. 77%.
It's time to upgrade, Ninja. Download more RAM.
Yeah, I need to
I don't
get
have a 14 hit.
like an entire new motherboard CPU RAM combo, so it's gonna be a while. I'm
Well, when you do it, let me know and I'll help you shop.
not in a big hurry to upgrade right now when my existing hardware is pretty good.
You don't want to dump $3,000 on a decent modern machine. Come on.
I want to dump
Everybody wants to spend thousands of dollars.
I want to dump a chunk of money into a 3D printer, but not a CPU. All right.
We'll talk about that later. But anyway, if 14 hits, I did 16 damage.
All right. You obliterate this one. And so you see, like, you don't even need a turn undead because that last spell wiped out most of the horde in one shot.
I could have just walked in there and killed them all in a turn. That's
I know.
all.
You could have done it too if you had your turn undead still, but multiple people in the party can do it, so it's not a huge deal.
initiative was first.
I know. You all want the glory.
Well, it's not that. I just don't want to waste resources. Turn undead is a very specific usage, right?
Yes.
Well, lucky we're headed back to the hamlet after this, so.
Great. Well, don't die. Protect the cart so we have stuff to be able to afford to live.
Ninja, is it okay to say that my python is gonna attack these 3? Or
It's your turn, David.
just one? It's
Sure.
been guarding this whole time.
Yeah, you can do
Okay. I will attack this one, so it doesn't go around.
Wait, what? It's Diamond's turn.
Yes, Diamond's turn.
Yes.
Well,
So
Although Python
I-
isn't on the initiative.
I was
Okay,
asking if I
so-
could go then, 'cause
I did the zombies breaking through the barrier out of turn, so we can also have the constrictor approaching them out of turn, and we'll take care of it when it comes up on your turn. All right.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Yeah.
are still on Xeno, I guess.
Zeno will just, of course, fire off another shot.
Close or far?
Is that me again?
Close. I have
Close.
sharpshooter, so I don't have disadvantage when shooting at close range.
Mad God, take the shot.
Yep. Just one this time?
I can only do one.
You got a modify 20.
Modify 20.
So
Deals
dirty
4.
20.
Dirty 20, whatever. Deals 14 damage.
Pop goes the zombie melon, and then, do you want to move back now that the zombies are within striking distance?
I'll use an interaction to put my musket away and draw my short sword as I take a 5-foot step back.
Okay. Scorbeak.
Yes. Where the hell is that bird? Let me just figure something out real quick. Wait, that's wrong. There we go. Okay. So it's got a movement of 60 feet, so I can... He's occupying this square. If you don't mind, I'm just going to do this the line way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 50. 45,
You know,
50.
thinking on it, isn't Darkest Dungeon just one massive episode of the Twilight Zone?
No.
No.
William Shatner wasn't in it, so no.
Oh, I love that one. I like
He's
the
in a
John.
bunch of them.
I like the remake better though. The John Lithgow one is even better.
Everybody knows William Shatner because he was on that plane one, but he was in a few others too.
You know what I'm talking about
You
though,
mean
right? The movie
Plane?
version.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
My
Man,
familiar is there.
so
He's
old.
going to stay there. He's going to use the help action on whatever attacks this one next. That's his turn.
'Kay.
Also, it's invisible in case you.
All right, Long. So you're hanging in the back. You have just arrived on the scene. Crazy shatter, exploded zombies everywhere, but some stragglers at the far end of the graveyard are still there.
Okay. I move 5, 25, 30, 35, 40, and I solo 15 feet.
Okay.
50 feet.
Centipedia. And after
Okay.
after Centipedia moves, we're gonna have 3 attacks against He-Man.
Centripedia will dash.
How are your knees after that 50-foot solo?
1, 5. 50, not
Okay.
50.
501?
Getting closer.
Centipedia's turn is done though.
Yeah, whereas what is Centipede doing?
They're
You
done.
just dash.
The
Alright.
Crystal Zombies turn to attempt to eat He-Man. He-Man, the first zombie, swings its clawed hand at you with an 18. It doesn't succeed.
Which one? Hang on, are these zombies flanking?
2 of them are flanking, so the next 2 are going to have advantage. So the first one with advantage has a 23, which hits.
No, it does not. My AC's 25 after I soloed.
AC's 25 after solo. All right, the next one with advantage has a 23 as well. So none of those 3 zombies hit.
You have to remember, Ninja, he's the tank. He's supposed to be able to.
Are you trying to piss off Pig?
I don't get mad about it. It just demonstrates that a lot of people aren't paying attention.
I gave those zombies a +4 boost on top of what they already had to. They couldn't do it. All right, so I got 2 trying to kill the snake. So we got 24 and a 24 to hit, which both hit. So one claw
yeah.
does 2 damage, the other claw does 6 damage. It's taken 8 clawing damage from zombies. And then the snake can fight back on Bloop's turn if you want to do that first. And then it'll be Bloop.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. Snake will attack this one. Let's see here, which does more damage? This one. Okay. 23 to hit.
That hits.
And then I squeeze, and the zombie goes squelch.
Which one? The injured one or the uninjured one?
Which one's uninjured?
This one's got 7 damage. This one's got no damage.
Oh, yeah, I see now. Yeah, I targeted that.
Dead. The snake eats it.
Squelch.
Okay.
It's like
Are
zombie
you-
pickles.
Are you keeping an eye on the health of this snake, Fox?
Yep. Yeah.
Where?
I've got a little counter over here. It's a green one. It's this thing.
Yeah, it's still at full, is the thing, and it just took damage.
Took damage when?
It was just attacked by 2 skeletons.
Okay, I didn't notice how much damage was.
Let's see. It was 2 claw hits. One of them did 6 damage. The other one did 2, so a total of 8.
Yeah.
You know what I just remembered? I have a pet as well that I keep forgetting
you do.
about.
Yeah, your dog's around the table somewhere.
He's just chilling over here behind the cart.
There he is.
What's up, dog?
I'll put him over here next to you.
Appreciate it.
Fox's turn.
Oh yeah.
Bloop.
Well, I guess I'll just waddle into action. And just dash. I wish I could move faster. That's all I'll do.
Got to get those speed boots.
Freedom
really
of
sure how
movement
to
might
shoot.
help.
Yeah.
That's sort of
You're
a
a
weird
druid.
thing.
Wouldn't stop the damage though if we tried to go right through the thick.
You're a spellcaster.
No, I dashed. I can't do anything.
Oh, right.
Oh,
All right, so we got a new initiative coming up. Let me make a zero. I put the python on the thing. So pig needles first.
Hmm.
You can see He-Man surrounded by 3 zombies up ahead.
You mean one zombie? Scorbeak's flying, right?
Yep.
You're just gonna be under Scorbeak.
I'll levitate him if you want me to levitate him.
It's fine. This is basically the same spot. You want me to kill this guy?
Yeah,
I'll kill that guy.
I'm gonna sweep cleave the other two.
Give it a work. Well, I don't know if the other two are gonna last.
Oh, okay.
Does an 11 hit?
An
With my nat
11.
1.
Wow, that's a crit fail. That does not hit.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll swing again with my bonus and do it 19. 29?
I think you might want to calculate that crit card first.
Doing it.
Yeah, whatever. He dies. Who cares?
Okay.
Oh,
so
the critical miss, you mean? Gotcha.
melee attack. Your weapon is destroyed. Reflex negates. Magic weapons
Yeah, I had
use their own save bonus.
I have a magic weapon. I don't know what to do.
Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do like roll a d20.
I got a 13 plus whatever.
All right.
What the ranged one is called my spleeny bits.
It's a +1 weapon. I don't know if
Plus
that
one
helps.
weapon. I don't think that's enough. Your weapon has one level of damage. It's gonna require a whetstone and 10 minutes to fix it with a DC 10 blacksmith check.
Yep, I can do that.
So for now, while it's a little bit damaged, it's got -1 to hit and damage.
That's fucking lame.
But it's fixable. It's not real bad yet. So that was a fumble. It almost hit though, even on a 1. They don't have very much armor class. After that, He-Man.
Hold on.
Oh yeah,
I
your
swung
bonus attack hit.
twice.
So roll the damage on that second one.
I did.
And that was even exceptional, so if you need to re-roll on the damage, you can.
Well, did you want me to just add another die or what?
No.
I forgot what
Exceptional.
exceptional was.
Exceptional's like advantage on the damage roll, so you can, if you have a low damage die, you can re-roll it.
Oh, I rolled a 19, so
And you probably
It's
just
fine.
want to keep it then.
Yeah. I'll roll
Obliteration.
another die.
He dies.
Yeah. Perfect. That's my turn. Well, I almost got too long. I just, crit fumbled there.
Okay. So back to He-Man. You got 2 zombies left.
Alright, I will do a sweeping attack. So that hits one of them. Well, Scorbeak's still giving advantage on
The left one, yes.
Okay, cool. I will use that one as my main target. 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is hitting. This damage is for the one that has the help action, and then 6 damage. 1d6 goes to 2 damage goes to the other guy on the side.
All right. A little bit of extra cleave into that one. The first zombie's cut right in half, and your blade sticks into the leg of the other one.
And then I'm just gonna use my extra attack to hit him because the sweeping doesn't count as a full action attack.
Right.
22 to hit.
Mhm.
And 13 damage.
That one goes down 2.
Alright, then I'm gonna use my movement to go 5. Wait, my movement is 5. Slogging.
Flanking. Mad God, what do you do?
Are there any other enemies other than this one over here?
Just
Yeah,
the one.
you know what it's time for.
It's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
A healing
butter
check?
jet- A healing check? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to heal my allies. Fuck no! Blast of Eldritch.
But you never cast Eldritch Blast.
I know I'm spoiling myself, aren't I? Ugh. 23 and a 21, 13 and a 14.
Okay, he dies. You've
Decapitation.
defeated the zombie horde.
Great. You must immediately let me fix my weapon.
Okay. You spend 10 minutes. Do you have a whetstone?
I have a blacksmith's kit. Does that count?
Yeah, that'll do it. It includes a whetstone, I would guess.
Okay, so it's just a straight blacksmith roll.
Blacksmith tools check, DC 10. Can you fix the blade or the edge of your weapon?
Short 5.
I have a +1.
Is that all? You've been training blacksmith forever.
Well,
Yes, if
It's
you want
+1
to.
plus my 4 from proficiency
Got it. +5.
plus strength. Is that right?
Yeah. Probably like
So I have +10 total.
+10. Damn.
No, he just makes it automatically then. If
Yeah,
it's
that's
DC
true.
10, he makes it automatic.
And then with your training, you can even re-roll like ones or something.
So it takes 10 minutes, but you don't even have to roll for it because your bonus is high enough.
Perfect. Oh, well, I'm here. Anyone else need to repair a weapon or something?
I think
Well-
everybody else's weapon is in good shape.
Yes,
I
my
think
weapon
we
is
should
so
move
broken.
this cart back to the hamlet and
I agree. Let's get
puzzle
the
as
fuck out
much
of
as
here.
we can into our treasure.
There was an unexplored region off in the northwest.
We should explore that once we get this cart and heal Smitty.
All
Be
right.
right back.
So you
And
guys
myself.
are going to retreat to the hamlet. That's fine.
I saddle up the snake. Let's go.
Leron's going to go to the back of the cart and he's going to say to everyone, I'm going to push from behind. But in reality, I'm going to jump up onto the back and make sure that they don't see that I'm just going to sit down and do shit.
I put Bubbly in the front as the lead dog. Let's go.
Yeah, it's only 11 o'clock and we're done with the dungeon. So, returning back to the hamlet. Mission
And we might come
accomplished.
back. I guess not then.
You're going to tally up how much you got from the cart. The gem augmenter will buy all that crystal off you.
Did you ever generate a card for that?
I did not. It's got to be counted. There's so much of it. It's got to be taken back to town for counting. It's going to take hours.
Hey, heal up, what is it? Heal up Smitty, do a bunch of other shit, back to the dungeon before tea time.
Turn Smitty into not a popsicle.
But he's such a delicious popsicle.
Stop eating him.
I just imagine Smitty looking like Han Solo in that. I can't remember what it was called. Carbonite, was that it?
The gem augmenter will give you 412 platinum for your cart.
Okay.
Let's see, that's 4,120 gold pieces.
It's a lot of crystal. Pretty good haul.
Okay.
Now, I did say that I was going to give whoever gave me that 1,000 to do the thing. Oh yeah, to
Yeah.
stress relief. I was going to give my portion to that person.
But isn't that for 120 divided between the party?
It is.
Yes, it is.
So 120 divided by 5.
800 and 120 divided by 5 is 824.
So 824 gold each.
Okay.
Yes. So long, you get an additional 824.
Riches. How much did you owe him?
1,000.
Ah, you're almost there. Almost paid him back. There was other
176 to go.
there was some other stuff there you could have gotten to, but oh well.
Yeah, we'll go back there. We'll go back there right now.
No, we will
Yes.
not.
Yes, we will.
Diamond needs like several days to recover.
Ugh.
Zeno is withered, like a withered husk of their normal physical state. They're in incredibly poor health after getting zapped.
Just go to the bishop.
I
The
am a
bishop's
cleric.
not in town. The bishop
for
is
favors?
carousing with the noble.
Now, if you go back to town, Father Gregory is at the Abbey. If you want to go to him, you could make a donation to the Abbey, and they'll attempt to repair some of the damage that's been done to you.
What?
I think I'll just try and sleep it off.
Okay.
Hold
I've
on.
already
What?
lost.
Oh my god. What's been done to you?
His maximum
Uh,
hit points have been reduced.
And
Yes.
by a curse? Or what?
By the sleeper.
Dragon breath.
Yeah, but is it a curse inflicted by the sleeper?
His body has been crystallized. Parts of it are transformed into crystal.
Oh, you're talking about Smitty or
Smitty has
Dim-
been entirely
Also-
turned into crystal, and Diamond took a hit, which reduced his max HP.
It wasn't from the sleeper, it was from the dragon breath.
So it's like magic dragon breath that turns you into a crystal.
Oh, right, because I failed my dexterity save.
But
One
Mundo,
save
por
I
favor.
am actually good at.
I said I was treating it like ability damage. I think you can fix that with there's a restore or greater
Lesser
restore.
restoration.
Lesser restoration might work on it.
But I think everybody deserves to have some free time to do stuff in town. Maybe stock up, get more magical scrolls, all that other sort of stuff, while
No, I'm good.
Xenos takes a very long deserved rest.
I'd give remove curse a chance of working too. Either of those. If you got a lesser restoration or a remove curse, or if you've got a stone to flesh, any of those will do the trick.
I can cast any of those if we have a day to rest.
Well, you guys went back to the hamlet, so you can do whatever you want.
Well, I'll spend a day healing Diamond with all of my spells.
All right then. So Diamond,
That's just fine.
you are no longer crystal. Which one did you use?
All of them.
Okay, well, the
Oh,
remove curse only has a chance of working and might not do the trick. The lesser restoration will fix some of it, but not all of it. But the stone to flesh will completely restore him to his regular form instantly.
stone
level
to
is that?
flesh. Do you mean meld into stone?
I don't know.
Stone to flesh.
There is a spell.
It
There's
might not be
flesh-
called that. Let me check.
Flesh to stone, stone skin, stone shape, wall of stone, meld into stone, magic stone, investiture of stone.
Well, I'm sure Pig Needle
Stone skin.
has a list of spells that he knows, so
I know all the spells. I just have to choose which to memorize for the day.
No,
alright.
that's weird. 5e doesn't have that spell anymore.
No.
Nope.
They replaced it with just greater restoration.
You guys need to need to figure out a way to differentiate between 3rd and 5th edition. I mean, wow,
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
this is getting bad.
I mean, I use a mishmash of all the rules and a bunch of homebrew shit anyway. The rules honestly don't matter. It's D&D. Who cares?
The players.
Yeah, I think the closest thing is stone shape, but it doesn't say anything about working on people, so it just
Yeah.
kind of doesn't exist.
This forum post says use greater restoration now. That's the only one that fixes petrified condition.
Okay, well, we'll never have access to that spell, so
Yeah, I know, that's 6th level. So you would attempt to remove curse, and it might work.
but I don't know what to do for that.
Diamond, make a con save.
Okay. Mad, if you could please, and thank
Yeah.
you.
It just says it works on the spell description.
Yeah, it does. But DM
Cool.
homebrew. It's the rules. Like the DM literally just said, it's the rules. Who cares?
I know, I'm just saying there's not a lot to go off of as far as a roll. So it's whatever you want.
You got an 8.
An 8. It fails.
I think I got +2 for Constitution.
Yeah, I added that.
Cool.
You actually got a 6, but 8 with modifiers.
I mean, it's not even exactly a curse. I'm just allowing you to use remove curse to fix it because you don't have access to the actual spell 5e says you're supposed to use for it. So this is me going easy on you. It should be impossible.
Shouldn't lesser restoration work? Doesn't that
Lesser restoration
that-
only works on like 4 things:
doesn't that work on the petrified condition?
blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned.
Ah, damn it. Okay. No then. Well, we've only got one option left.
Can you cast the
Long,
spell multiple
Get your
times?
hammer.
Eventually he'll make the save if you can cast it a bunch.
I can cast it once every hour.
The remove curse? Yeah, well you'll get it
No.
eventually.
No,
Where did you get hit, Diamond?
In the HP. I'm not actually. I have crystals growing out of my skin.
In the top of the head, in the sole of my foot. What
He's-
does it matter?
He's got a bad skin condition that makes him very stiff.
Old age.
Ah, the peace of the hamlet.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do for you, so look out there.
Although I will have to say, I think my pride got hurt more than anything when I failed that dexterity.
Well, you guys have an entire week to fix it. Eventually he'll make the save. You just gotta keep recasting and eventually it'll work.
Or
You'd probably
I'll-
ask the bishop to help.
Yeah, I'm not at least a
I,
week
I
fairly.
has no more monies. Cause
Ah, right, because
I,
you're
I
deeply
owe
in debt.
some.
Alright, well, you owe me. Because this is going to take my whole damn week. Roll for the whole week, Diamond.
Well, we'll do it day by day. He'll probably get it on the next one. He just rolled really bad on that first con save.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Roll for the whole damn week until you get it.
Keep going. Matt, it's on you.
Yes.
You have to roll
What do you
for
want me to do?
Diamond.
Can he not
I have
roll?
to-
What's up?
What, con again?
Yeah. Diamond is unable to do anything on the table because his computer sucks.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that you want me to roll con again. So here's a go again. 13 this time.
14. What was the dragon save? I have to look it up. I think it was more
You
than
know,
that.
20.
if you
I
just
think it
delete
was
the rain,
15.
it'll help him a lot.
Dumb, Mammy. So all the people on Facebook that were like calling me white supremacist and stuff, and then I was like saw when I mentioned Kennesons, they were like, "Oh, she doesn't have like the same issues as people, therefore like."
What are we doing? Politics again? Oh, I'd love to talk
about?
politics. Let's get on it. Let's
It's
start
18.
doing that.
Please, no.
Oh,
Politics shall
Sorry.
only be discussed in the thread.
it was hard to hear him. All I heard him say was he wanted to suck Candace Owens' dick.
Okay, so the second time fails, the third time fails.
The first, the second, and the third so far.
Mad.
Ooh.
The
What
fourth time
happened to your
works.
rolls?
Day
just got
4.
better.
Day 4 works.
I got a 19.
Alright, thank God. Okay. No,
No,
longer.
take pig needle.
Okay, so the dragon's crystal breath. When you get hit by it, you have to make a DC 18 Constitution save, and it's just sort of a permanent effect. But the remove curse gives you a fighting chance where you can try to make the save to uncrystallize. And after numerous attempts, the full crystallization of your skin and some of your limbs is reduced to the point where you feel normal again, and your hit points return to your regular maximum.
Alright, that's 38. If somebody could change that for me, please.
That's more health points than I have.
I'm a ranger.
Okay.
Yep.
Pat you on the ass and tell you to be more careful. Work on my blacksmithing.
Now, Bloop, if you've got a ton of stress, you're probably gonna want to use one of the town stress relief activities.
Yeah,
the-
I don't know which one takes away the most.
How much stress do you have?
Like 50.
50.
Well, one
Still only
time
have
one of them
4
took
hit
like
points then.
60 something. So
I breached the 100 mark and managed to make the only roll that would save me.
I don't
Oh,
really
there
know
goes
what
Em.
stress does. I jinxed
So
himself.
when your stress gets to over 100, two things can happen. Either you become virtuous or you go insane. As in you become
What's the difference?
well, there's there's a plethora of afflictions that you can get. So there's masochism, there is paranoia.
Masochism, where you're chewed to death.
That's masochism.
Where do I go to relieve this much stress?
Well, I would probably suggest the bar
Okay.
because you're
How much
only
do I
at
have to
50
spend?
and the bar will heal you 62.
It is 1,000 gold, and
Woo.
it's quite expensive.
That's not too bad.
1,000 gold for 56 stress. It's probably the one you want to go with.
Yeah.
You could, if you want to be religious instead, you could go pray to God at the cloister. That heals
So-
45 stress for 1,000 gold. But
Who
if you have
doesn't
more than
believe
that,
in
you're going to want to
God?
go to the
Who
bar
believes in
instead.
Dagon?
The real church.
Okay, I've taken away 1,000 gold from my bank.
Now,
Perfect.
do you guys have 4 portraits and 8 crests?
I don't know, do we?
I think we do.
We also have a cartload of shit. So
If you guys can
Why don't we
scrape
have-
together 4 portraits and 8 crests to upgrade the bar before she does this, you can save 250 gold.
I thought we had some in the cart.
yeah, what's in the cart?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not out.
Really, this becomes worthwhile once you've leveled it up a couple times. It's super expensive initially.
Eh,
Yeah, not to mention that if you wanted to go to the bar mad, it would actually be cheaper for you too.
But you can get
Player on doesn't drink alcohol.
that 15% discount for only 4 portraits and 8 crests.
no, just pay it.
All right, you spend the gold. That's fair.
Anyway, training my armor smithing. How many days do we have? You did a week in town? And I healed Diamond 4 times, that's 3 more days.
So you spent a day in the dungeon, which means you can spend the other 6 days doing downtime activities. Casting a spell once a day isn't really going to eat up any of your time, so you still have. It only takes 4 hours to train, and you can train once a day, so you can do the full 6 days of training if you want.
Okay, well, there you go.
People are so quick to think you smoke when they see a lighter in your room. Did you stop to think for a second that maybe, just maybe, I use it to heat up heroin in my teaspoon, Abigail?
So,
Alright, we shouldn't assume. That lighter may not be for cigarettes. It could just be for heroin only.
What if you just like to light fireworks and throw them out the window?
Yeah. What if you just like to light random things on fire, like pieces of plastic or, I don't know, Q-tips? That's your right.
What if you just burn incense like a dirty hippie?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of my culture.
Well,
What if you...
American hippie
Praying-
culture
praying
too.
to our ancestors.
It's not
Praying
about
to our
that in America. In America, it's about smelling like patchouli.
What if you worship a time of the year that isn't Christmas,
In America, it's about covering up the smell of weed.
and you happen to be Jewish?
Chinese New Year's?
No, I mean Hanukkah.
Okay.
Hanukkah with the candles.
Alright. Are we doing a full week of downtime stuff?
You've got
Or
6
only a
days.
few days?
Like he just said that.
That's how it works. 6 days, do your stuff.
Just fucking said that.
I think I'll just, clean my guns and make sure that they're all nice and tidy and rest up as much as I can.
I don't imagine that Father Gregory can do anything about Crystaline Smitty. I don't think he's powerful enough. I don't even know if the bishop is strong enough.
It's
All
only
right.
one thing to do.
So I actually covered all this. The
Right.
Father Gregory can cast Remove Curse. Remove Curse has a slight chance of recovering Smitty. He can do it
Okay.
once a day, and it'll cost 30 gold every time. So if you would like to try that up to 6 times, you can do that. What is Smitty's
6
con?
times 30. I think it's nothing.
Nothing? All right. So you have a 10%
Yeah,
chance.
nothing.
You need to roll a
19 or
15%
better.
chance. You need
Oh,
an
easy.
18, 19, or 20, and he'll recover. And it costs you 30 gold each time he tries.
All right,
Okay.
I'll do that. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Oh, these rolls. Look at that.
Oh.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did it.
All right. Well,
Ba-da-bum.
5 days of prayer saved him.
Father Gregory spends 5 days praying over the body of Smitty, and eventually Smitty recovers miraculously.
Yeah.
Alright, that's 150 gold gone.
That's
Can I do
also a
other
shit
things
ton of
while he's
stress on
praying?
him.
Ninja, can I do other things while he's praying, or does that take my free my downtime up?
You can just pay him the money and leave Smitty in his care, so you can do your own stuff.
Okay, cool.
Babysit the Smitty.
Let's see, what do I do? I'm gonna try to get my blacksmith training up to level training 2.
All right.
So that the
Training,
D20,
training.
strength mod, and then what was the other stuff? Let's see. Roll proficiency with the tool. And
If the person training you is better at it than you are, you have advantage.
yeah, I'm at his level though.
All right.
Oh, really? Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, we had this argument last time. You were like, shit, I should have been
Yeah.
rolling with advantage every time.
I should have done that too, but yeah. Oh well. Alright, proficiency, that's +4 and a +1 for trained one, so that's a mod 10.
Do that real quick. Oh, wow, that helps a lot.
I'm gonna
So,
think. My mother warned me about doing this, but yeah, I'm thinking.
Thinking about downtime activities.
Thinking about what the best level 2 spell would be. For me. For me. For me.
Fuck the DM. That there's got to be a spell called that.
There is
Yeah,
not.
it's called Fireball. 3rd level spell, but I can't get access to them.
You can.
No.
Or at least there is the potential that you could have if you had built your character right.
Yes. I did build my character right.
If you were a straight up wizard, you'd have Fireball. You'd have it right now.
Yes, but I wouldn't have spell slots every hour.
Yeah, it's a trade off.
Well, I would, but not as much.
It is a trade off. You could have had Fireball.
Just wait until I get meta magic, though, DM. Oh, ho, 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 baby boy. Darkness and Eldritch Blast in one turn. That will put a smile on my... Shadow Blade. What if I went Shadow Blade, eh? I'll be the melee. I'll be the frontline defense tank. I'll be the tank.
We don't need 3 tanks, dude.
Oh, go on.
3 tanks. Who ever heard of such a thing?
You say to me, but
Veterans.
but Mad God, you don't have the HP, and I will go. But He-Man, the false life.
False life.
Okay. I have to go through. So I could get lesser restoration, but we never use it, so no. So let's see. Cloud of Daggers, no. Stay 2 stationary. Crown of Madness. The attack the target would do would be much lower than whatever I can make it do. Whatever I can do, so no. Darkness. The DM stole my friggin' dark crystal, so I can't see through darkness anymore, so nope. Earthbind. We don't see enough flying creatures. Enthrall. Useless for anything other than a rogue, but even then it wouldn't really work. Hold Person. That only applies to people, not monsters, so that's useless. Invisibility. It only lasts 1 fucking turn, so no.
So some things happened during the week. Everybody has nightmares. Everybody has to make 2 DC 9 wisdom saves.
28 and a 19.
Can I just automatically pass because my saving thing is 9?
The modifier is equal to the DC, so
That's
Matt,
the one.
could you roll mine, please? And thank you.
It's your 2.
All right. If anybody can't beat 9s, let me know how many failures you got out of those 2.
So this one is diamonds. 14. 16.
One more.
Pig, you got 1.
Oh, I rolled 2. I got a 28 and a 19.
Okay. Did anybody fail any of those checks?
Diamond's supposed to roll twice, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay.
They both succeed.
Okay. So the nightmares persist about Dagon consuming everybody in the oceans and you'll all drown and rivers of blood and all that good stuff. But you'll wake up the next day and you're like, well, that's still happening. Oh well.
I mean, is that it? We just have bad dreams
We've
from now.
seen such horrors already. This is not surprising in the least.
Well, every 3 days you wake up from your sleep with a horrible nightmare of that. It happens very regularly every 3 days.
Does the DC go up?
No. It stays at 9.
Ah, I'm fine to do nothing then. Like I don't even have to roll. I'm great. I'm fine.
I'm gonna have to apologize, people. I can't stay awake, and I gotta work tomorrow.
Fine.
Bye,
Session's
Diamond.
pretty much over anyway.
It's 11:35, quitter.
Hey, you try working 10 to 12-hour shifts every day.
Mm.
Mind you, didn't Ninja.
Okay.
we're in a difficult
No
situation.
problem.
No,
I-
I know you do, Pig. I'm talking to Ninja.
I worked
I know.
I worked a 30-hour shift at Fallout 4 this week.
Wow. Wow, Ninja. Jesus Christ. We're all really hard workers. Let's face it.
I just ordered an entire case of really strong energy drinks, so I'm not going to have to sleep for the next month.
Oops.
Mirror image.
So I guess I'll just train for 6 months.
There, hang on. Let me go to the
Take a closer look at that meme.
There you
face
go.
cam. You guys looking at the stream?
No.
Yep. The weasel thing. There it is.
Go-
There's you.
Go look at my stream. How many energy drinks is enough energy drinks?
0.
Hang on. I'm going to your stream. Give me a sec.
0 energy drinks. They're bad for your health. Don't drink them.
Oh
Drink water.
my
Get plenty of
god!
exercise.
Like how many energy drinks a day can you drink?
0.
My answer is 4. I think 4 is my limit.
Oh no, I can drink way more than that.
You're gonna die before I do.
Yeah.
It depends on It depends when you drink them. I mean, if you tell me to drink one every 4 hours, I mean, that's easy.
Take a closer look at that meme.
Take a look at all those memes.
That's an extreme day, though. I actually try to just limit myself to one.
Yeah, there is no need to have even one, actually.
Oh, they're so good,
Just
though. I mean,
exercise and sleep.
do you
That's
drink?
all you need.
Do you drink coffee?
No,
Okay, well then you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand the plight of us caffeine addicts and how we love our coffee in the morning.
no, I understand the plight of the caffeine addict. That's why I don't do it.
But just like cigarettes, they are stimulants that actually do have beneficial effects. So,
Yeah, I also don't do that.
I mean, as much as it's probably bad for your health, it does have in the moment benefits.
I
Phantasmal Force? Is that any
work
good?
longer than anyone I know while on depressants the whole time.
The
Somehow.
Pareto principle. It must suck being the 10% of the population that does 90% of the work.
Yeah, it does. But hey, I get a lot of work and it gets me a lot of money, so fuck it. When I die at 42, my kids will at least have enough money to go to college.
And then of that 10%, there's another Pareto principle that is like the 1% of the 1%. The Jeff Bezoses of the world will make all of the money. Literally all of the money.
I saw something really sad the other day, which was that on Jeff Bezos's, I think it's either Twitter or I don't know, Instagram, I don't know, something like that. Jeff Bezos's account literally only follows one person, and that's his ex-wife who left
Wow.
him.
He's got his one creepy ex-wife situation, and then he's got his job and his money, and that's it. That's his entire life. Make money, make more money,
Make money.
make the pile
She'll
bigger.
take she'll take me back if I have more money.
Yep, she probably would.
He needs a Scrooge McDuck money vault that he can dive into. Only then will he be fulfilled and
Yeah,
complete.
because he'll be dead. Dive into a Scrooge McDuck fountain and not being a cartoon don't mix.
Right?
Fair point.
Broken neck on that pile of gold.
Yeah.
Also wonderful visual.
It's not a liquid. It's comprised of large amounts of solid.
Now, if it is a liquid, you're also in trouble because liquid gold has to be very hot.
Oh yeah,
There's that
like melted gold.
small detail. I didn't even bring up my character sheet one time this whole session.
Well, see, this is a weird session because we had half a session last week, and then this was the second half of that adventure, and then we're having the downtime in the middle of this session, or possibly the end if we're calling it now. It's up to you guys.
What do you guys want to do in town? Because we should do town things for a while. Is there a pressing demon or something coming to destroy everybody, or do we actually have a minute?
Well, you guys had those nightmares. Everybody in town's always freaking out because they're also having the nightmares and nobody can sleep.
Right, Dagon's coming. That's right. Can I just pray and ask Jesus to handle this one for us? Let Jesus take the wheel, you know?
Jesus, handle Dagon. Jesus is like, I can walk on the water, but I cannot go under it.
And on that
You
day,
fucking
I will
pussy.
summon my patron. So in other words, it's never gonna happen. Oy vey.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I got some steam in me somehow. It's not an energy drink, but something.
Phantasmal Force. Is
What
that any
about it?
good?
What does it do?
You create an illusion which appears only to one creature within range. The creature can make an intelligence saving throw upon casting to ignore this effect. At any time, the creature can make an investigation check to discover the illusion. Otherwise, the creature treats the illusion as being real in every way, and can even take damage from it.
Yeah, do that.
So I don't understand that, because if you create an image of a beholder, and the beholder uses its death beam on the creature, then wouldn't that mean that the
Yeah.
creature would just instantly die because it believed it did?
Yes,
But that's too broken.
I know.
If you've
Also, it's
got
an int save. Many things have int as a dump stat.
It's true. It's a really good spell.
You go up
Use it
against
more.
some dumb ogres and they're finished.
We need more AoEs. Like we have shit for AoEs for some reason.
Did you not see my shatter?
Okay, you can hit a small radius, but I mean, my AoEs have 30-foot radius. I'm looking for real one.
10-foot radius is mine.
Oh, well, that's half as good as I thought it was. Sorry, my bad. See my point though. Like we need.
Well,
Big
I don't have any other good AoE spells other than things like Flaming Sphere, because I don't have access to 3rd level spells.
Can we get like TNT? Some dynamite sticks.
In the 1400s, probably, yeah.
Amagoya used to have bomb gloves.
There's
if you still
guns,
have
there's gunpowder, there is TNT. You can buy barrels of explosives if you want.
Well, let's just roll a barrel of nitroglycerin into the sleeper. See what happens.
There's actually an entire section on siege weapons. You could buy yourself a cannon if you wanted.
Who can carry a cannon? Long, how strong are you?
I was going to say, good luck transporting
Can
that.
can we just make you the cannon mount?
In fact,
I mean, they have 20 strength, but
the local bandits use cannons against you, so why not?
Just carry you around. No, even better. I'll have you walk around on all fours with a cannon on your back. I'll just keep you on a leash.
freaking Petra from Attack on Titans, quadruped Titan.
What?
Haven't seen it.
Never mind.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah, thick spoilers. Perfect. Guess I won't watch that season.
Each round on your turn, the Phantasm can deal 1d6 psychic damage to the target if it is in the Phantasm's area or within 5 feet of the Phantasm, provided that the illusion is of a creature or hazard that could logically deal damage. So, concentration for a d6? No. I'd rather use Flaming Sphere, that's 2d6. Suggestion? You suggest a course of action for a target within range. This target makes a Wisdom save. On a failure, it performs the suggested course of action to the best of its ability. I used that little trick when I wanted the Dark Crystal from Annihilatrix.
Is Fireball on your regular spell list?
It's on the Sorcerer spell list. If I could get my hands on a Fireball spell scroll, I'd be able to cast it at a DC.
Well, there you
But,
go. That's the answer. I was just thinking, like, why don't you just get scrolls?
Because I can't make them. I can only make spells that I can prepare, and I can't prepare Fireball.
We'll never be able to.
And like I say, DM, you've never implemented a character like a sorcerer or a wizard in the Hamlet for me to ask to create spell scrolls. It's only
Yeah.
been clerics.
The answer to that is you go to Dante and you say, Dante, I want magic scrolls of Fireball. And Dante says, all right, do you got any money for me to go look for
And-
these magic items? And then he goes looks for those
And
magic
you give
items.
him a bunch of money, and he says, "Okay, I couldn't find this, but what I did find was this old boot and a bit of fluff in my belly button." And you say to him, what are you talking about? Where'd the rest of my money go? And he goes, "Oh, well, you asked me to try and find magic items, and I couldn't find them, so this is what I spent your money on." And you're like, "What the fuck, Dante? This is absolutely nothing I asked for, and you have wasted my money." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did the best I could." And then you wish you could kill Dante, but you can't because he's an essential NPC.
Well, you only think that because you have a selective memory. In like the very first week, you were like, "Hey Dante, I need scrolls of detect magic and identify," and Dante got 10 of each of those.
No, it was because at one point I asked him to get me a good magic item, and he ended up giving me a scroll that only a druid could use. And at the time, we didn't have a druid.
Did we sell any of that shit from the cart, or are we turning it into somebody?
you sold all of the crystal that you got from harvesting the dragon's breath weapon on the surrounding environs, and you got 412 platinum, which was divided up where everybody got, what was it, 800 and some gold? I forget the exact number.
824.
24. I don't understand enthrall either. Creatures of your choice within range receive disadvantage on perception checks to notice anything other than you for the duration. Creatures get a wisdom saving throw to resist the effects of the spell.
It's a like a bard distraction tactic. Like if you have a rogue that needs to steal something important and you need to distract the guards, and you bust that spell out, and it's like,
Ah,
look at
right.
me! Everybody looks at you. Nobody's looking in the other way where the thief is.
Right, okay.
That was like double my money right there. That was important.
It makes me happy that fucking Fox Chow has one of the best spells in the entire game, which is Heat Metal.
It's been a week. Did what's his face, the blacksmith, make any progress? My armor.
That was weird.
The blacksmith isn't working on your armor anymore. The armor was finished. What
So-
was happening
sorry,
was
alchemist.
the gem augmenter was working on your troll. Your troll
Whatever.
thing.
Is the dude working on my armor? There's so many people.
I think last time he said it would help if you could get like a better regeneration component from some sort of creature.
He said it would help. I didn't know
So
what that
he'll
meant.
make his regular
Didn't
check.
make any progress.
He'll probably make some progress, but we'll see.
It's better than 0. Big money. Yeah. Oh, can I add the 600 or whatever to that too?
He had a breakthrough. He figured it out. Your armor is finished.
Fuck yeah. So he was making an augment for me to put on armor, though, right?
Correct. So you have the regeneration gem, which you can stick
Can you
onto your
just
full
produce
plate.
more of them now?
Yeah, like he knows that recipe now.
He does know that recipe now.
Beautiful.
Oh, this is probably like super expensive, actually.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. How much did you invest so far?
like thousands. 5,000, I believe.
Well, 5,000 is the full price, but I'm trying to think how much you gave him as like gold and ingredients. You gave
Well, I
him.
gave him the armor, which is worth 6,200, and then I paid him money.
Well, he doesn't really like. He needed to figure out how to attach it to the armor, but he doesn't need the armor necessarily. He needed like the troll guts. You gave him the troll guts. So that's a pretty big chunk of the cost there. I mean, he'll give you a pretty steep discount. How much money do you have?
Fucking, where did I just put it?
I want to say
1,000 and something.
it's like a 2,000 gold gem.
I have 1,614 gold.
All right, so you'll probably need to like borrow 400 gold from somebody, but then you can get it off him.
Yo, Fox, do you have some money? Did she leave? God damn it.
Yep.
Fox, you there? Oh no, she's like way AFK. I'll go find her in real life. I'll be right back. Hit my daughter up for money.
Dad, Daddy just needs a small loan, sweetheart.
Hilarious.
It's gonna take it out of your college funds.
Okay, that's it. What are you doing with the swear jar and that hammer? You said that was for my college fund.
I really wasn't expecting that armor to finish. I rolled a nat 20 on the research.
Congratulations, he's now immortal.
So I can also buy a regeneration augment gem for my armor. And
Well, the next one he makes is gonna cost him. It's gonna cost 5,000 gold, full price for the next one that somebody buys.
what was the actual effect on it? It
Um, it gives you 10-point regeneration, but it also rolls a sleep spell on you.
oh.
But if you have a
Is
lot
it
of hit points,
what?
the
What?
sleep spell won't knock you out. So as you get low on health, the risk of falling asleep gets higher.
Ah, okay.
However, if you're regenerating 10 hit points a turn, your chances of being low on hit points when the thing triggers are like not super high. However, if an enemy hits you super hard and then you regenerate and it knocks you unconscious, you could be in trouble. So it's
Does
got
it regenerate the health and then your higher health total is when it makes you sleep?
no, that would be too easy. You
Okay.
trigger the sleep spell. If it knocks you unconscious, you're unconscious, and then the healing happens regardless.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're very low on health, it could be bad. You'll just
I
take
mean,
a nap
outside
on the
of like
battlefield.
a boss hitting me really hard, I think it would be good to have it.
Yeah. And it
Stop,
only takes an
stop
action to
me moving.
remove it, so if you go into a boss fight and you don't want that triggering, you just take it off.
Yeah. 5,000 gold.
And he's not going to have it this
That
week. He made the prototype, he finished the prototype for Pig, and now he's going to start crafting another one, but he's not going to have that for a while.
okay. I got 13,500 right now.
You got the money?
Did he have other weapon damage enhancing augment gems with elements?
Yeah, he's got all those. What element do you want?
Uh, electric or lightning, whatever it's
Sure.
called.
Yeah, 5,000 gold. He'll sell you his lightning augment. Adds
How much damage does it do? 1d6?
1d6. You can attach to whatever weapon you want.
I'm back.
Ooh.
I found Fox. She passed out.
I will spend the 5,000 gold on a lightning augment gem for my weapon.
$180 shards for that one. 75 shards for this one. Man-at-arms only. Pigneedle, you're a man-at-arms, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you need +2 AC and 1/3 damage reflection?
Yeah. Well, from what?
Oh
The
boy. what's going on?
mirror shield.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Do you guys have 75 shards?
I don't know. Did I get any shards from shit?
I think you guys got 15 shards. I think there were like two stacks. There was like one was 15 shards and the other one was like 14 or something. And then you might also have had some existing shards. I don't know. You guys will have to check your inventory to see what you got.
But where would we do that? Who has the shards?
Shards look like this. Check your board if you got one of these.
Ping? I can't see you.
I'm over by the town, in the town area.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
All right. You got some last week in the early parts of the dungeon.
I got none.
Not you, but like somebody did. I think
Oh,
Diamond
Long
has got
Long has all.
some, and Long got some.
It's 107 versus my 0.
What are we try? What do you want to buy with that? You're
That
trying to get
shield.
the mirror field.
Of course.
Damage is like 75 as a trinket. What other trinkets do you have? What trinkets do you have right now?
0 trinkets.
Oh yeah, then I will.
I
Get
don't have a damn thing.
This is an incredibly powerful artifact. You're gonna be so much tankier now. However, that's like almost all the shards that you've ever acquired in the entire run of the game.
That is fine.
So this is like an incredible resource spend right here.
Arizona
Yeah,
sheriff, who refused to enforce lockdown restrictions, has COVID-19.
Yeah. Stupid
Alright,
people
I have
kill
removed
themselves.
the 70
It's off.
shield.
The gypsy can't believe it. Somebody's finally going to buy one of her fancy artifacts. She hands you the most amazing shield you've ever seen. Its surface is so shiny and reflective that everything is perfectly mirrored by it.
Can I wear a shield on my back? Are there rules for that?
If you get backstabbed, it'll apply as if you had it on, but otherwise, like attacks from the side and front, I'll not count it.
That's fine. As long as there's some benefit to having a shield on my back and one in my hand,
That'd
that's
be
fine.
funny, like the rogue tries to backstab you and a third of the damage bounces back in his face.
It's
No,
for
I would.
it's for really sunny days when you're wearing your shield on your back and the party's following you since you're the tank, and we're all forced to cover our eyes at the look at your shield because
No,
it's got
I
a
have.
giant fucking mirror on it.
I have the force resist iron spike shield I would put on my back.
You're gonna keep the shield with the mirror on it as your main one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tricky. I know you're good at math, so just let me know what a third of your damage reflect is.
Yeah, I can handle that. It's easy enough. Just round down all the time, stuff.
+4 stun resist too.
This goblet.
You want any of these?
I don't know.
Still missing a trinket.
All right, where's your board?
This is good.
Your board's here, right? This goes here. Trinket spot.
Thank you.
So you can only equip 2 trinkets at a time. If you got other ones, you could put one of those in your other equipped slot.
That goblet is nice. I don't know what virtue chance means.
So if you hit 100 stress, this would be like a bonus on the roll that you have to make to see if you get a horrible penalty or a cool bonus.
I'll take this goblet if you don't mind. That adds another one to my AC and a bunch of hit points. Give me 20 hit points.
Every time you take stress damage, though, it adds another 5 onto it, so that'll get nasty.
That's okay. As long as you're resting with me, we can use our abilities on each other. Give, encourage. So I usually only average like 15 to 30 stress per encounter. We can get rid of that fairly easily. Especially if we do stress
hold
resistance.
on to the caretaker's cup, and then like in the middle of a dungeon, you can use an action to switch out. Like if you get really high stress, then you can just have the +2 virtue chance.
Give this to Fox.
Mhm.
She needs more hit points.
What are you
We don't have shit. Remember, we came way late. We don't have any
Yeah.
of these.
You guys have
We're
so much
very
AC.
under-
I thought you guys were using stuff already because we already had like an extra party trinket bag thing, and I stuff when you guys came in.
Yeah, with this, my base AC goes to 27.
I'm gonna have to start using more spells against you. Armor's hitting your AC will be hard, real hard. Even though I have like some creatures with like a +11 to hit now.
Yeah, spells are my weakness for sure. I have low saves because I purposefully built my character that.
Yep. That's
But
real
they'd be
all or nothing
mortal.
sort of situation. You get hit by that whole person, you're out of luck.
You're gonna need a
Yeah.
lot of pluses to hit, DM.
I have armor that heals me. I can heal myself with radiant damage just passively or tapping myself. And my AC is incredible. And any damage I do take is reduced by a third.
I mean, there's always ways around everything. I could sunder the hell out of your armor if I wanted
Oh,
to.
yeah. That's why I took blacksmithing.
I just put in like a bunch of giants, all of them using like ultra great clubs with like sundering bonuses, and just sunder your armor multiple times so you have like a -6 AC.
Experience in playing in your games. I start as a normal person. I play by the rules. I end up as an OP person at some point, and then you start punishing me for it.
No, this
So I
isn't.
prepared for that.
This isn't like I'm not saying I'm going to punish you for having a good character. I'm just saying like mechanically the way to deal with it to create challenging and fun tactical encounters is to, attack your high armor class, right? Or to use things that are more advantageous, like saves that you can't beat.
I hear
Right.
you. But what you're saying is this is how I'm going to attack you, right?
I'm saying it's an option if I want to create a difficult encounter.
Give you an alternative. What if there were too many fucking enemies for me to handle? Then I can OP all over one guy, but the other guy is like 60 feet away and killing my party.
Yeah, that's another thing. A split party is hard to defend.
Yeah,
Being,
I think reverse combat makes it more interesting because in the past it's just been, like I said, I hit that inflection point and then you just stomp all over me until the game isn't fun.
Like, I'm not
I
trying
want
to stomp all over you. I'm just like, and most of the time
Okay.
the encounters that you have are, kind of hard coded into the system already. Like here, you're only going to encounter these certain kinds of enemies.
I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining or like throwing it at you. I'm just saying like that is the consistent response because it's the simplest one, right?
I want a good little adventure where we're all in a situation where we have none of our armor, none of our weapons, none of our magic, none of our magic items, and all we can use is
I've
wit.
considered doing something like that, but like there's usually some pretty strong complaints when you take away everybody's gear, especially fighters, because they're very gear dependent.
Depends on how you do it and what you do with that.
Give them like shoddy weapons.
There's almost always like an argument like, no, I would never wind up in that situation. You're just railroading me into having no gear. Like,
Say that about anything you make us do always. Don't worry.
right.
Sort of the job. At least partially.
Fox,
Oh.
did you want any of these trinkets? Is Foxshell still AFK?
He's probably died.
The wagon
No.
rides into town. Oddly enough, there is no one manning it, and there is a person manning it, but there's no passengers. The wagon rider comes out with a letter. You open the letter. On it, you see a black hand outstretched, with the letters below reading, "We know." You seem puzzled, and suddenly you decide that you need to go and use a bed.
All right,
I'm
guys.
sure you all know where this is going.
You
I'm
owe
gonna
Ninja 386 gold.
I'm gonna take a short break to grab a drink and use the bathroom. It's been a few hours of game time, so we should probably all take a little break. But I'm still willing to continue if you guys want to go back into the dungeon or play some more, or just RP some
Do
stuff. That's fine.
do a lot of town shit so I can get my character in order so nobody yells at me about it anymore.
Yes.
Good. You do that.
The time I have reserved for doing this, so I have to do it now.
All right. I'll be back in a few.
I probably won't be. I'm probably going to end it here.
Okay.
How would you
Okay.
feel about playing a
Yes,
bi-weekly game?
A bi-weekly game? You mean a fortnightly game?
Sure.
No. Wait, are you talking about me as
I'd
in
be fine with that.
changing what we currently have, or
Right,
joining you in a new game?
right now we play every week,
Every Wednesday.
right?
Yes.
And we're at a point where it's just going to be us banging our heads against enemies every week. Because that's all he has time to prepare for. I'm going to ask him about allowing himself more time to prepare awesome missions versus trying to cram it into a week. As a DM, I know how fucking impossible that is.
Be okay with that.
If he wants to change the schedules, I'm open to it.
The other thing is, we also have this 3-5 game that we play Thursdays. And I could honestly use the same leeway. Right? I would have much more interesting games if I had more time to prepare as well.
Oh, does this mean I'd have to learn 3.5?
You know, no. You don't have to play with us. But I really think that once you sat down and tried to, you'd enjoy it. Mostly because you're not an idiot, and that's sort of required to play 3-5. You can't be too dumb.
Alright, see what I can do.
Like, imagine, just for a second, that perception instead was spot and listen.
The
It's
perception
real
is what? Spot and listen.
split up between your senses instead of
Oh.
just blind men can now suddenly see this creature that's 800 feet away.
I'll see what I can do.
They got that.
but-
They got that sonar vision.
Right? An echolocation because they're blind.
I'll have to try and figure out a way to properly learn it, though. I mean,
Aren't there things like that in
But-
5e, like specific? They have a perception like advantage to smell, like they specify it.
But it's so loose that it's almost insignificant. Like we've determined before, an advantage is equal to about a +2, 2.5 really, but +2. So a +2 to something is way different than just saying you fucking can't.
Right.
5e is more flexible in that it doesn't have those hard blocks, but unfortunately that makes it less realistic, which makes it less enjoyable for me. Like, as an example, earlier he was attacking the horde with Shatter. Like in 3.5, you just fucking hit them. They're a swarm. You just fucking hit them. They take extra damage from AoE stuff.
Yeah, that's the same case in this, but he's decided to use custom rules.
Well, can't account for taste, right? There's no accounting for taste. I get where Ninja's coming from. I see how he wants a horde to work, like in his mind, but also hordes just suck in a
It is.
fucking base game.
In his mind, he just wants it to be a gargantuan creature that can occupy another creature's space to really.
And that's really what it is. In 3.5, like if Swarm just is in your space, it's attacking you. It just passively is killing. So I get where he's coming from. He's old like me.
Storm, earthquakes.
How do I make my weapon immune to being damaged?
You don't.
You make it a higher level of magical weapon. So like a +1, the DC to not damage it is like a 14 or 15 or something. Or no, sorry, that's just a regular weapon, a regular base weapon. No, never mind. Base weapons, they just always get damaged if you're like doing something like sundering them. Magical weapon +1s, they like a DC 14, and then
I rolled a 14. That
level
was insane.
2 plus weapon, then it just gets lower
No,
and lower.
no,
Level
it's
3 weapon, it's a
18?
DC.
DC
18?
18 for a +1 weapon?
Oh, god damn, okay.
It's 14 for a +3 weapon.
I thought it was 11.
We're never gonna get that.
You need to go look at the book again, but it's something like that where it just gets lower. The breaking point gets lower as your magical weapon's stronger.
There's no feat for increasing your ability to save against that shit, like a counter sunder.
I don't know, have to look that up.
There should be a feat for that. They'll have it in MMOs and stuff all the time, like 25% increase to resist weapon damage and stuff, or armor damage and things. I got my teeth cleaned today and I feel like a rich person. They're so smooth. Yeah. Health insurance is nice. I highly recommend it. Or dental, even, I guess. Not exactly just health. If you can get yourself some dental, you can go do that. Then you get cinnamon polish on your teeth if you want it. That's what separates us from the animals.
Sorry, what separates us from the animals?
Cinnamon polish from the dentist on your teeth.
Right.
This is going to learn 3.5. Also, I was supposed to talk to you about a bi-weekly schedule.
What do you mean? You want to run this game every other week?
Do you want to just alternate between games, like one each week? It would give both of us more time to prepare for more in-depth missions. I don't know. How much time do you spend a week preparing for your missions? And sub-question, do you feel like you have enough time?
All right, so that's a complicated question for this game. This game has a lot of prep that has been pre-prepared in advance, and it's designed to be incredibly modular. And I can make a random dungeon like the one you just did here, with like an hour of prep time.
Right, but all of those dungeons will eventually just start being repetitive, right?
Well,
Like
out of
if
all the games
if you
we've
do,
ever done, only a handful of them have been in an outdoor environment with like trees and stuff. There are very few games like that. So I mean, you can use them for very different things. Like this is like roads and open fields as opposed to being a dungeonous ruin.
but that's just a cosmetic thing, really. I'm talking about the core functions of the map, right? The meta,
Yeah. Well, I did a lot of
and that's just
preparation ahead of time. To answer the question, I did a lot of preparation ahead of time. For this particular game, how much prep did I have to do today? 1 hour. I prepared from 7 o'clock until about 8 o'clock, and then we started, or tried to start.
pretty good. But how many times can we run the same format of dungeon before we're like, all right, what are we really doing here? That's why
Well,
I'm asking.
well,
Would you benefit?
this game has
I
a
hear you.
definitive end. Like once you beat the darkest dungeon, the game's over. So that's it.
Okay, I guess if you're playing it like a video game, it's less of a problem. But
And to answer the other question, no, I'd really like. I like to do it once a week.
I'm gonna have to move my game then, so they're not the day after the other one, or it's not the day after this
Do you feel like you get burned out having to play one day and DM the next?
one. I'm burned out. It's just that I don't have time in between. Because like I I have extremely limited spare time as is, right? I have to force myself to play video games so that I'm not literally working 24/7. So I want to have time to prepare for this character, so I'm actually trying to take it seriously and look like I'm a contributing member of the party. But then to go from that to immediately having to host a game the next day, like I feel like I need at least a day just so I can get a mission going. But I don't know. Then again, I can also just whip out a mission in like a fucking hour if I need to. It's less complex usually, but I like to have more complex missions. I don't know what I can do. Bi-weekly was an answer. We just alternate. The other one is I just like hire Long's brother to do all of my work.
Right, I'm gonna leave it there, guys.
See you, Matt. Good game.
See you later. See you next week. Hopefully, next week's session will go on a little longer.
Well, I wasn't stopping. You're just leaving.
Well, I am leaving, but I feel like the mission itself has come to a conclusion. We're kind of stuck in a rut right now, considering that Diamond's character couldn't really do anything with his limited hit points from last session, dragging.
Yeah. Buy him armor. I don't know what to say. Make him have more hit points.
Well, armor wouldn't have helped. It was a saving throw.
He was able to shoot several zombies from a good safe distance. He
Well,
contributed in
he
some.
told us to do it. I did it.
You know, when he wasn't away for a cigarette break for like 2 hours, he was contributing a little bit.
And I promise, I was like working. Clients were calling me with problems. I had to go to the fucking dentist. Like I had legitimate reasons for not being here today. Smoking was not one of them.
Anyway, if you guys decide that you want to carry on with the dungeon, feel free. But Leron's gonna sit this one out because he's. I'm not gonna say I'm tired. At this
You're
point,
tired. You
I
work
don't think
hard.
I don't
Go
think
to
I
bed.
have. I
You're
don't think I
human.
have. I don't have the
Admit it.
right to say that I'm tired because think people like Diamond. Oh, Diamond
You
work
work so
so
hard.
many. How can I compare?
Man, we got
My brain would surely melt out of my ears before I'm allowed to say that I'm as tired as Diamond.
we're still on Twitch, guys, and we've got 6 viewers. Is it just us?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
I've
mean,
just
one of them is me.
Is it us and Drew?
well, I've just
Possibly.
left because I'm about to leave. So
I'll go down
All right,
I'm
there.
maybe
We
we
could probably end it.
maybe we have a viewer, maybe not.
maybe yes, maybe no,
Can't you,
maybe
can't you
perhaps.
see who's in there?
I
You
cannot.
see users in chat. Ninja's there. Some people I don't recognize are there. You had a lot of people today.
Did I?
Lucky fuck. Anyway, I'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye. Have fun.
13 other people than yourself. That's not bad.
What is that? Mod view? How do you
Thanks
do that?
all you people for watching. In stream chat at the top right, there's a little people thing. Click that. It shows users in chat. I don't think I'm a moderator on your channel. Yeah, I'm not. So, I think it's just normal. Normal behavior.
Ah, you're right. Users in chat.
There you go.
Oh yeah, we did have some people.
Oh, we just gained another one. Hello,
Nice.
people.
Hello. Welcome to our D&D Twitch stream. Although it's the tail end of it.
All of you thick people. Long got, what was that, lightning damage? Is that what you said? Electric damage?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You want to help me with this augment real quick? Like, what exactly does it do? Do I just copy the healing properties?
Okay, so you now have the gem augment of the troll. So you attach it to your armor as a standard action. It gives you a 10 hit point regen, but it'll cast a sleep spell on you as part of the enchantment when you activate it, and then it'll heal you. You might get knocked unconscious if you can't like if you don't have enough hit points and the sleep spell roll is high enough. I think it's
So,
what is it, 5d6, something like that? Let me look up the sleep spell.
what if I get that spell that makes you immune to sleep?
Then you are immune to the effect.
Okay, so I'll try to find that somewhere, I guess. We'll work on that. Should have been an elf, damn it.
Okay, so when the sleep spell is cast, it does 5d8. So 5 times 4, 20. You don't want to regenerate if you're below 20 hit points then. Just on averages.
I mean, I do. I just want to do it out of combat.
Yeah, that'll work. And then have somebody kick you awake.
Right. Right. And someone to babysit me. Watch me sleep. It's not weird. Bloop, you fish person. Watch me sleep.
Also, if you became undead, you'd be immune.
Oh, yeah, well. Nothing better than an undead cleric. It's good.
Yeah, turn into a vampire.
That'd be a problem. I think I'd have to kill myself. Just
Turn undead on
actually.
yourself and vaporize.
Yeah. Let Jesus take me. And my initiative is so bad. That's okay. I wasn't using it. I'll go after everyone else. That's fine.
My
I
game
don't know how I
is,
keep going first.
yeah, it's pretty impressive that your RNG is
think-
so good.
I think it's probably just wrong because people keep changing it.
Well,
Like, I never change my initiative.
Lung gives you +1 with his one ability, so he's probably bumping it up.
Is that saying I have a +8 right now?
Mm.
I totally shouldn't. Like, I have a 1 from Dex, and that's my whole initiative.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't read 8.
This cup gives me +3 though.
Okay, so you should be at 4 then. And then Long's
Yeah.
ability will bump you up to 5 maybe. But you should be
Yeah.
at 4 normally.
Sounds way more accurate than what I've got going on here. Okay, so you said if I put the shield on my back, it gives me resistance to sneak attacks or something. What was it?
Okay, so it's directional, right? The shield applies its AC bonus from the direction that you're holding it. So if you have the shield strapped on and you're fighting opponents, it applies. Now, if you have it slung on your back and somebody tries to attack you directly from behind, then it will count as some of your AC as if you had it equipped.
Can I put it on my tail and wield it with that?
It would probably be less effective. Like when it covers your whole back, I can see that being useful, but
I tried. Okay. Well, Fox asked me to check if I could use my
if
tail.
it's like a parrying buckler that you could strap to your tail, maybe?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a fucking iron spiked shield, so I'll just wear it on my back. Whatever, it's spiked. Hopefully it'll thwart them from going for that.
So
I'll
just
just roll on them.
anytime an enemy is about to try to swing at your back, just say, hey, I have a shield there. +2 AC.
Okay. I'll put it on my back slot. And my gauntlets are in my hands.
I seem to recall in one of your games, like, we all got AC, like, around, like, 18 or 20, and we were like, all right, that's some good armor class. We'll be fine now. And then, like, monsters started having, like, +14 to hit.
Some monsters have incredible attack, just from the book. However, they usually have low hit points. Like raptors are a great example. The Deinonychus has really, really insane attacks, but like half the hit points of an equivalent CR creature. So they can tear it up, and they can really tear it up in packs. But I mean, if you try, you can probably just kill them.
I'm just trying to think what I need to hit a
27.
27 AC.
You need a 10 average to hit me 50-50, and that's a challenging enemy, right? Like that's the most challenging I should ever encounter. Possibly +2 if you really wanted to try to kill me. So someone that needs to roll at least 8.
There's another thing, like, I have not really applied too much of the Darkest Dungeon, like, crit stuff against the party. I've mostly, like, encouraged the players to use it against the monsters, but, like, if I throw a monster against you that had high crit rate, that would punch through your armor, because crits hit.
Yeah, you don't have to hit all the time, but when you do, it'll matter.
So, like, if I have a creature that crits on an 18, which I don't do too often, but I've done it a couple times, then depending on your luck, it might hit through your armor.
I'll still resist some because of that shield I just got, but it will scare me.
Not only resist, but reflect. Reflect is strong.
Oh. Oh, I didn't realize. Where's this mirror shield?
It increases your AC and then it sends some of the damage back.
Oh, so it does. I thought it was damage resistance. Sorry.
No, it's a really weird item, right? So you're harder to hit, but if they hit you, a third of the damage is also applied to the creature that attacked you.
I am okay with this.
That's a super broken ability that you usually don't find in D&D.
Right. Okay, this cup gives me +4 times 5, +20 points. That is fucking helpful. I went from 41 to 61.
And just drawing that item was some luck, since it was in a bag with quite a few other items. It was shuffled. 101 trinkets. No, wait. This one had 20. So that's like a 1 in 20 chance. That was like a crit too, to get your item out of the bag.
Yeah, my AC was 25, now it's 27, I guess.
And in this game, it can actually be pumped quite a bit higher. You get a full set of +3 armor.
Yeah, I'm only at +1 right now. So that
You,
get me
you
29.
get a suit of +3 plate mail.
I get +2 from the spell. I get 31.
Although in my game, you're unlikely to find +3 items. +2 items are exceedingly rare.
That's why I'm an armor smith. And I heal from radiant damage, which I can just turn on. That is the most handy. Still have yet to be able to use any of my positive quirks.
What do you got?
I have Eldritch Slayer and Ruins Tactician. That's it.
Yeah, ruins you're not likely to go back to because it's such a low level dungeon.
Can I replace that with something?
Um, yeah, there's not really a point. In actual Darkest Dungeon, yeah, you only have like a couple slots for quirks, so they overwrite each other as you get new ones. So if you got like other different ones, although in my game I'm just sort of like adding them to the list, so there's not really any point to losing it. But yeah, you could get other ones, better ones.
So I just had the 2 slots.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could go into the ruins just on a treasure hunt, and that would help. And the Eldritch one, that applies in the Cove, I think.
It's low level, it might not be worth it. I mean, if we went through a dungeon that was all half CR or less creatures, we could probably just walk through it and everything would die as it approached me.
Although there's a certain amount of level scaling. I do try to make it
Oh, okay.
a little bit of a challenge.
Fair enough.
Like I
You
said
only
earlier,
kill like 1,000 rats.
the zombies all had like a +4 bonus above their regular to hit, just because otherwise they'd be worthless.
It's okay to have worthless enemies. Just have 1,000 of them.
Oh yeah, well that's what I did. They're a trash mob. I bumped up their to hit and I put like 30 of them on the table.
Perfect.
And I considered that just like a legendary buff bestowed by the boss monsters, like some ninth level spell he cast on everything, +4 to hit. Eldritch. Okay, if you encounter the collector's little ghostly apparitions are all Eldritch. If you encounter the thing from the stars, which is like one of the more powerful bosses of the Farmstead, it's actually not in the Farmstead though, it escaped. So if you encounter the thing from the stars, you would encounter it in one of the other dungeons because it's escaped from containment. There's been a containment breach. That thing's Eldritch. It's also one of the things that could level you up, I think.
That might be worth doing then.
Although it's random, you're unlikely to actually encounter it.
Watch me.
I think I put it in the darkest dungeon right now, so you're really unlikely to encounter it. The Necromancer, if you encounter a Necromancer, he counts as Eldritch. The Formless Flesh, if you encounter one of those, is Eldritch. Slimes, Ectoplasms.
So you said that, real quick, you said that guy didn't need the armor, he just needed the troll part?
Yeah, he was making a gem with the regenerative property, which he got from the troll parts. So he didn't need the armor. He was just like figuring out how to make the thing to attach to armor to go onto the gem.
Taking it back from him, he doesn't need it.
Right. So he probably would just have to take some measurements and then you can take it back.
Alright, I put the augment on my plate mail.
Okay. +1 plate mail of regeneration. Or of the troll, I guess.
Then I have a splint mail that does the same thing. Does anyone wear splint mail? Is anyone even conscious? No? Cool.
The answer is no. Except me, because I'm drinking one of my many energy drinks.
I tried. Well, I think I'll figure out who gets that later then. Meantime, my shit is added, and I'm out of money, and I'm trained, so I think I'm done. Shield. I'm gonna make sure to use that all the time. Also, I'm the tank. Just for the record.
One of the
Don't let
tanks.
I'm the person that should be tanking because I reflect damage now.
Yeah, you have an advantage now.
They should be hitting me because they'll die faster that way.
Once he gets his mods up, Long is definitely like a real good like dodge tank. He's very hard to hit.
Oh, sure. Sure. But he shouldn't be taking the hits.
Plus he's a barbarian, so if he takes damage, he takes half of it, which is handy.
Again, as I've said before, he should be offense. He should be the guy setting up the flank so the rest of us can get it, because he can survive it.
Although with his Jester abilities, what he should really, like in any battle that really matters, he should be trying to bang out those 3 Jester skills so that he can finale for maximum damage.
It does help.
The
Well, like I
finale
said,
is super OP.
if he can hop behind everybody, since he's a barbarian, has all the extra speed, give the rest of the party flanking, and everyone else just kind of stands on my side, I can protect them. with
That's
my
another thing I
abilities.
don't think you'll find in regular D&D anywhere is a plus 15 damage bonus
Oh yeah? Watch this.
that you get at level 1.
Oh no. Never mind. Maybe at like level 15.
They don't call it finale for no reason. It is a
Yeah.
finale.
Homebrew. What is this?
And that's only if I just solo, like my
Oh
other
my
two
god,
ones.
you've been here the whole time? What the fuck?
Yeah, apparently I was talking a lot, and like I switched back to my computer because I didn't want my brother talking in the background to keep activating. So, yeah, I guess you guys weren't hearing me yet.
Again.
I
I
thought
told you before, just kill your family and then we don't have to hear them anymore.
right,
The solution is clear.
That's
an
excessive.
option.
Just hog tie them so that they're
Yeah,
quiet.
there you go. Just tie him up in the closet every Wednesday. Fixed.
And Thursdays.
And Thursdays now. At least they're next to each other. You can just leave them in there overnight.
All right. I feel like we're winding down. I'm going to end the stream. So thanks to my 5 viewers. Thanking myself because I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Still doing it again next Wednesday, I expect. I might recruit new people. I don't know. We'll see.
Depends on who lives and who dies.
Okay. All right. So,
Okay, well I'll tell you later.
got any final words for the fine people of Twitch?
I'll be here next week. Hopefully I'll survive.
All right.
See you then.
Fox? Long?
I don't really
Alright.
have anything.
Peace, guys. Hope you come again.
All